Hello everybody, and welcome back. Today we'll be doing scenario 6, and well, yeah, I guess that's all I have to say for the VOD. So before that, we're doing a little bit of leveling up, and maybe some enhancing, some purchasing of items, etc., etc. We've already done our city event, which gained 2 gold each. So here we're doing our level 6 on Voidwarden. So on the left, we have 2 allies within range 2 may each suffer 2 damage. Each ally who does may perform attack 6. This is 2 attack 6s, 1 with advantage. One's probably at 7 and 6 is a loss. It's pretty powerful. And on bottom, we have Curse Self, Consume Dark to ignore the curse, and then Curse, range 4, target 2. Weird, sorry, I just got a notification. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is good. On the other hand, we have Surge of Power, which is heal all damage on one ally within range 3. If you do, that ally gains Muddle. This is fine. It's really decent on Shield Spike's red guard. And then on bottom, anytime you or any ally loses poison, that figure gains Strengthen. So the first time I saw this, I was like, man, that's so cool. I just want to make a poison build on this class. But so the thing is, in order for this to work, you essentially have to have this card, and there's 2 problems with that. One, for this card to be good, you kind of need ice, but you don't really have easy ice unless you took this at 2. But the other poison card is at 2 in give and take. So realistically, what I guess you're supposed to do is at 3, take the other level 2 card. But then the other problem is just that this is up against the Last Journey, which, for those that don't know card names off the top of their heads, that's this card. And this is just a card that absolutely everyone's always going to take on this class because you just really, really, really want this top. So yeah, the problem is no one ever takes this. You can't really take this. And because you don't take that, you get to this, you're like, oh man, that seems like we could have some fun. But the other thing is that the payoff of gaining Strengthen is not so terribly enormous, is the thing. So realistically, all of your ways to remove Strengthen or remove the poison are top actions, with the exception of the bottom level 4, which you don't take. I mean, I guess you do have the bottom of Gift of the Void, but then you'd also be using the bottom of Gift of the Void just on a poison target, rather than just using the top to attack, so I don't know. But yeah. Like, using things like, well, specifically, like, using this in the middle of combat, this is only so-so, right? Because then you're giving up a combat action to just do a healing action, theoretically on someone who's poisoned, so you're not even really changing their life total. You're just removing poison. I don't know. It's it feels like the issue is that a lot of the time when you're going to be poisoning your allies and removing poison from your allies is out of combat, and out of combat the strengthen just does nothing. It's not even clear this is a better persistent loss than Master Influence, but it is very cool. I wonder if the evaluation of Surge of Power changes in Gloomhaven versus Jaws. Yeah, that's what So yeah, I mentioned this before starting the VOD. Basically, Surge of Power would be better in against Gloomhaven, with Gloomhaven allies at least, than it would be with Jaws allies. I'll still decent with red card. Anyway, so this is a super cool card that I always wanted to play, but at the same time, the choice here always ends up being the exact same, which is take this, 2 curses on bottom, very easy to use, very powerful. And yeah, sorry, Surge of Power. You're cool, but not cool enough. Well, actually cool enough, just not good enough. I think the other cards we can take over here. Okay, and we also gain a perk. Yeah, I mean, we should just keep replacing zeros at this point, I think. Or adding +1 curses. Or adding +1 curses. Well, now I want dark a little bit more than I did before because of Withering Conviction. Now I have 2 bottom things that consume dark to not curse myself, and I kind of don't love cursing myself. Now that we have the level 4 and level 5 cards, we use our attack modifier deck a lot more than we did previously. So, yeah. I think we're just going to go like this. I think this is reasonable. Just continuing to trim the fat. And +1 darks are okay. Alright, and so that's all of our Voidwarden leveling up. So then we've got to do our Hatchet leveling up. So, fair warning to everyone, Hatchet is going to be going to level 5 now, so if you... Sorry, I was just checking something. If you don't want to see level 5 plus Hatchet, you've been warned. Turn away now. George is getting to level 5. Alright, here we go. Level 5 gives us the new favorite. So this is literally, I mean, I can read the text. Place the axe token on this card. You may add +3 attack, wound, and push 1 to any of your ranged attacks by moving the token from this card to the target after the attack ability is resolved. When that target dies, place the token on the hex in which it died. If you loot that hex, return the token to this card. This card cannot be active while the favorite is active. And then the bottom is an attack 2 immobilize, move 4 with creating wind, 15 initiative. So a lot of people like to keep this card. I mean, all right. So we're taking this card no matter what. I think this is the second. I don't know. This one and the Sand Devil are kind of close to me in terms of which is actually a better card at level 5. Like the best level 5 is definitely the Voidwardens because the bottom Voidwarden attack is just actually insane. Um, so people like this because it's a move 4 15 initiative that creates wind on this class, which like yeah I can understand that's pretty compelling. I think people underrate just how like their argument is well the top isn't that much better than the favorite. But it is. It's actually like 2 damage more than the favorite, right? Realistically. I mean, it's at least 1 damage more than the favorite, and it's often 2 damage more than the favorite, because you typically don't reapply, like, you often apply the favorite to a target with a fair amount of health, and then your next attack isn't going to apply the favorite again, so it's not like you're overlapping wound or anything like that. So it's always doing minimum 1 extra damage, as well as potentially having semi-useful push 1, and many times doing 2 more damage. Having just your core persistent loss do 1 to 2 more damage every time you use it, that's actually a big upgrade, even if it seems less impressive. Um, Although obviously I understand this bottom is also quite good, but the level 1 bottom also gives us 17 initiative and gives us jump, which is nice. So I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I get the point of this. Basically, if you're going to use wind, then you want to just keep the level 1, and you want this because of the wind, but I think I mostly don't care about wind on this class, so I'd rather just use this top and then just keep the regular favorite for a move jump with 17 initiative, because 17, 15 is not a big deal, and honestly, move 3 jump and move 4 are pretty close. Neither one is like really strictly better than the other, and the attack immobilize is mostly useless. Only occasionally matters. It's pretty rare that we let enemies get next to us. Okay, so we grab the new favorite there, and over here we get to grab another perk. So we're gonna replace another +1 with a +3. All right, there we go. Well, now we've got these nice tight modifier decks. Would be a shame if something were to happen to them, huh? Yeah, hate to see it. I'm just doing this now. We're not actually in the scenario yet. We still get to do some more stuff in town, but all right. So what else do we have to do? We have enough gold to certainly do enhancement on Hatchet by now. Phase and so second wind is out, and this is in. It's a pretty easy 1-for-1 cut. Basically, we're replacing the new favorite with the favorite, or the favorite with the new favorite, and then we're replacing second wind as a move 3 with 18 initiative with a move 3 jump with 17 initiative. And again, the wound line on this, like the things before moves on a ranged class, are almost always just pointless, and that is also the case here. Okay, so we simply lack things to enhance on this class because this class just has terrible enhancement dots, which is hilarious because it's so good at looting. So this is just going to be our next enhancement. We actually can't enhance another card at this point. Like, we can go +1 range here or enhance the bottom of center mass. That's not really where we want to be at. You typically don't want to enhance the other half of a card that you previously enhanced, because once you've enhanced a card, you want to try to use that half as much as possible. So doing enhancement down here isn't great. Putting +1 range here is where we're eventually probably going to have to end up, just because there are so few cards we can actually enhance on this class. But it's really expensive. I mean, 105 gold just to add 1 range. This is not really cost effective. Whereas adding another +1 here is still pretty good. Okay, so this is a half of a card that we've already we've already enhanced this half of the card, so we add 75 to the cost, and uh, it costs 50 gold normally, so that would be 125, but it's a level 2 card, so this is 150 total. So 75 plus 25 plus 50 gives us 150 gold for this enhancement. Boom. Ricochet getting even better. Again, this is not like the sort of enhancement I would typically do on most classes in Gloomhaven, but the Jaws classes have limited enhancement dots, to say the least. Themris definitely got to these classes. For those that you don't know the inside joke, Themris hates enhancements. Anytime a class has bad enhancement dots in this or in Frosthaven, blame Themris. All right. Uh, we'll keep the piercing bow a little bit longer. I kept wishing that I had the weighted net last time we played, but do we have any other items that were down here? No, I guess we would have had them up here. No, we're good on items. So we just get to buy another small item on Hatchet, but with not a lot of gold. 24 gold for a small item. A mana potion? Yeah, I kind of wish that I had a mana potion last time, I think. Probably makes sense. I already have stun powder there, right? Yeah, I mean, I already have stamina potion and stun powder. So at this point, it would just be a mana potion or a heal potion. I guess theoretically a power potion as well, but we're not even using Disorienting Barrage anymore, so yeah, no. Just grab the old mana potion. And we just have a 1 discount, so that's 9 gold. Sure. Yeah, Jaws Lion classes are great, but meh for enhancements. Yep. I mean, which is, I guess, fair, since technically enhancements didn't even exist in Jaws Lion. Although, I don't know. It feels like they could have done a slightly better job with enhancement dots. I mean, I appreciate that there aren't OP enhancement dots. Even the self-strength enhancement dot, as it turns out, isn't even that great for this class. But, I mean, it's still good. So I appreciate that there aren't OP enhancement dots, but I kind of do wish there would be, like, some more meaningful growth enhancement dots. Alright. Anyway. Not the biggest deal. So that's done. So we just have to do our road event and get to this scenario. So let me just do this. Just getting set up. That's absolutely what we're doing here. We're getting set up. We're not sneakily doing a road event. Oh no. Oh no, not this one. I mean, I know exactly what's going to happen here, but I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Oh no. Isaac, you cold, evil, calculating son of a... Alright. So that gets deleted. So, yeah. Alright. We gained 1 reputation. I already did it. We're at a -2 discount now, and one of our characters has to have 3 -1s in their deck for this scenario. The choice here is pretty obvious. That's going to be the Voidwarden. Man. So we have 3 curses in each player's deck and 3 -1s in one character's deck. Yikes. Yikes. Alright. Already drawn the battle goals. Oops. Put those here. Loot 5 or more money tokens or take only short rests. Well, looting 5 or more money tokens is almost impossible for the Voidwarden, so let's try to take only short rests. We'll see. Gain 13 or more experience, or have 5 or more cards in your hand discard at the end of the scenario. Off to a good start indeed. I mean, Wayne, I guess it's possible you don't know this event. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but we did have a choice, and I knew the event. Like, I knew it very well, so I definitely had the choice not to take the -1s. It's not like I care that much about the reputation. And I'm not really a role player, but there are some choices that you present to a player that the player just can't make it. I'm like, yeah. It was a choice, but it was a non-choice. All right, we're going to try to gain 13 or more experience. It's almost impossible that we end up with 5 or more cards at the end on a challenging scenario. And here it's gain 7 or fewer experience or take only long rests. Torch stealing? No, it wasn't torch stealing. Did it have to do with torches? Oh, I deleted the thing anyway. I can't double check. No, it had something to do with an animal in the wild. Let's just put it that way. Okay, these are our 5 starting hexes. Great. I think we're at 14 health there now. We're at 11 health there, and I also will need to set up the picture-in-picture, which I'll do right away, because not only do they call me Mr. Battle Goals, they also call me Mr. Picture-in-Picture, because I'm so good at remembering to do that as well. And update it all the time. It's basically who I am. Ah, that looks good. All right, let's see if today the battle interface will... No, but I mean, this mod's never been updated, so there's no world in which it's not going to keep jumping around. So I guess we just have to keep this. I know, but that's the initiative tracker. Yep, so I guess the picture-in-picture just remains here as it usually does. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the scenario. So this is scenario number 6. We have to reveal the M tile, which is this one, and kill all revealed enemies. So basically the gist of it is that we start here, and we can either take this path or take this path, and whichever path we take, we have to kill all the enemies that we've seen for that scenario. Alright, and the setup is correct for 3-player party. No. Oh, but this is the one with a... Wait, yeah. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was like a bug in the book, or a misprint in the book for this one. But I guess this has it correct now. I guess that's been updated. You know, I mean, this looks correct, but if I do remember correctly, there's actually a mistake in this book, specifically for this one, but I don't know if it's happened or not. So we have poison and damage traps, 4 of them, and yep, nothing else special. Okay. Okay. Let's grab all our cards. Yeah. So whenever we add new cards, we have to do this stuff now, because whoever made this mod did not think to update or did not think to properly code the higher level cards. Okay, give me a second. Sorry, I just forgot about this. Otherwise, I would have done this in advance. I don't know why I just copied from up here when I just brought this other card down here for specifically this reason, but it's okay. All right, there we go. So we got to choose some cards to pitch. Here as well, we no longer had Warrior of the Sun, which we may have wanted as well. We weren't doing Shield Spikes previously, but that was more because of the nature of the scenario. Now Shield Spikes maybe looks a little bit better. We'll have to see. All right, so first on Hatchet, what are we getting rid of? We're not getting rid of this, maybe this. Not getting rid of that, not that, not that. Not that, not that, not that. Oh no, we already got rid of a card. Yeah, we cut out second wind, right? Yeah, we're at 10. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're good. We're good. No work needed there. So here we do have to cut a card for our level 6. So it's not any of those cards. Could be this card. Certainly not that card. Not that. Would be insane to cut any of these. Is it just give and take? I don't love it. I mean, I guess the level 2 cards in this class just kind of suck either way. Give and take is okay. It's definitely better than Crush and Cold, but Crush and Cold really sucked. Give and take was okay, but it does seem to scale pretty poorly. I mean, I just can't cut Suggestion or Resign Frenzy. Yeah, it's got to be correct to cut Give and Take here. All right. I mean, you hate to see it. You take a card and level up, and then you're not using it anymore, but I think that is correct. Having movement cards is just important, and these are my only 2 movement cards, and they provide similarly good initiatives. Especially now that I'm getting more good non-move bottom actions, yeah. Choice is pretty simple here. All right, and so for red guard, let's do the sortie thing. Oops. Pretty easy cut, I think. I mean, yeah, theoretically the immobilize is good because this scenario is mostly like in this first room, the enemies are all melee and can't do ranged attacks. So immobilizing them with this is just hard CC against them, right? But I don't know. It's not a very good card. Making attack 3 sort of sucks, and this is actually really good with shield spikes. Additionally, this is like we need this sort of effect where we immobilize all adjacent against the living spirits to make our shield spikes damage work on them. So I think I do prefer Warrior of the Sun over Blinding Sickle here. We'll see. Let's, I guess, take a look at how much these are hitting for. I guess if the bones are hitting for 4, then maybe it's not worth it. The bones are hitting for 4. This first room has only enemies that hit for 4 more damage. Between 4 and 6 damage. So shield spikes is gonna suck here. Oh god. It kills me though. It really kills me. Without access to some additional Gloomhaven items, shield spikes just scale so poorly. I mean, we're still stuck on stupid hide armor. This is part of the problem. We don't even have another shield. Being at prosperity 2. No, I guess I can't play Warrior of the Sun. Damn it. I mean, I have other ways to prevent them from running away, the living spirits. So maybe we'll do shield spikes in that second room, but we can't do it in the first room. And in the first room, Blinding Sickle is actually quite good because again, it is just hard CC against all these enemies. Not quite because they can still heal themselves or whatever, but I really like my prediction. I get 1 to 0 odds. Best case break even, otherwise just lose points. I was wondering what happens. Yeah, sorry about that, Itza. I didn't realize that. I mean, I guess there just weren't many people here yet. Well, there still aren't that many people. I I don't know if you'll actually lose your points. I'll make a deal though. If you lose your prediction, well, all right. Now I'll give you a choice. I'll let you take the 50-50 choice then. Well, not really 50-50, I guess, but so you can have it either way. Either if you get your prediction right, as a reward for getting the prediction right, I will give you VIP. Or if you get the prediction wrong, as a récompense, a recompense. What is the word I'm looking for in English? Counterpoint to, as like a thing to make it suck less. I mean, it's only 300 points, I guess. I will give you VIP. I guess it makes more sense to be if you win. So this way, compensation. That's it. Yes, compensation. Thank you. Sorry. Reparation. Yeah, either of those would have worked. Yeah. So yes, I guess it makes more sense for that to be the bet. So how about that? You've wagered your 300 points against getting VIP. So if you get the bet right, I'll give you VIP as a win for your 300 points. If you lose the 300 points. Since you're betting against me here, I guess, and I'm trying to lose. Also, thank you very much for the scribes, the sub. Yes, I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the stream. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're good on everyone's cards. Good on everyone's cards. We've gained battle goals, so I think we're just good to start the scenario. Excellent. All right. So we kind of established that we're not going to go for shield spikes in here. The enemies just hit for too much. I mean, I don't know. Shield spikes is still really good against these. Because they hit for 4, but it's only 4, and they do have 2 shield. Hmm. I wonder. Let's figure out what everyone else is doing. I mean, same thing we always do. So I'm actually going to start the Voidwarden here. So the Voidwarden has a good non-bottom action to do the first turn. I mean, multiple now. Which one of these would I rather do first? Probably stunning is better sooner. Yeah, just stun one of these. Because these are pretty threatening. And already on top of us. Because by starting here, basically the thing is the Hatchet never has anything to do turn 1 except move anyway. So the Voidwarden starting here keeps us safer from these things, which have 2 movement. So unless they get +1 movement, which is quite unlikely. No worries. Well, you'll find out later whether you won or not then, I guess. I understand. Thanks for stopping by for the beginning regardless. Okay, so I could set up a persistent loss here, but I don't even know what to set up. I mean, I could set up Sand Devil. I probably just should. If I'm not sure... So is there a world in which I just don't shield spikes this scenario? Yeah, no, it's okay, Wayne. Yeah, I should have waited a little bit longer before starting the prediction. Hmm. This is really... I mean, the Sand Devil's going to give 2 damage and muddle every round in here. Shield Spikes could give us some more damage than that. Let's try Shield Spiking. Let's give it a try. It's going to be decent against the bones here, even if it sucks against the corpses. And it is going to be quite good against the living spirits in the next room if we can keep them from moving away. Let's start with this. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, because the immobilize isn't so good. I mean, I'd have to move and... So what I'm actually going to... No, I still rather go earlier. Okay. And then we're going to set up the new favorite. And we're just going to move into the corner. And I think we're going to move into the corner with a card we don't really care about in the immediate future, which is something like Follow Through, which is kind of our weakest card here. Okay. Let's do the thing. Oh, they did get +1 movement, but they don't attack, so that's fine. Bones are not moving. Okay. Well, that makes our stun a little bit worse. Now I wish I'd gone at 83, because then I would have been able to stun one for next round. But it's alright. So we have some interesting options now. Alright, well, Hatchet's up first. I guess the argument, I mean, we're going to see, actually, how the new favorite will work out here with the wound. The one thing is, because we are playing with the level 4 plus red guard, there's just already going to be wound everywhere. So in that case, maybe the new favorite won't be as good. That is something to consider. Alright, we're going to activate this, the new favorite, to get a favorite token up by the board. And then I'm just going to do move 2. I'm just going to move over to here. We're going to try to get down into this corner over here is basically the plan. All right, so interestingly enough, we can either set up shield spikes, or alternatively, since I don't actually need to run up to them, I could just make a ranged attack. I mean, the ranged attack mostly sucks, but then create fire. The nice thing about creating fire is this will allow me next turn to immediately go for a burn away the dark on just everything in the room, right? Because the corpses at +1 movement will make it like this one will be here, this one will be here, and this one would go to here. So then next turn I would just need to go like here, and I could literally wound everything in the room. That's pretty good. And we could also just do the same thing by using a mana potion here. And then we would also get to have shield spikes set up, and we would also get strengthen. That's probably just better. Yeah, better to use a mana potion. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to gain 2 experience, set up shield spikes, and I'm just going to move. I don't want to move anywhere, though. Like, I'm just going to stand in place. I don't want to go next to this because they attack. I mean, I guess I could go here, make this just go to here. I guess then I don't have to move next turn, which I suppose is an upside. This would go here, this could go here, or this can go here, this goes here, either way. Sure, I'll move to there then. And strengthen myself. Okay, Voidwarden's up next. Well, there's no reason to stun something that's not going to hit us anyway. I'll gain 2 experience by setting up Master Influence. I mean, I could, it's free, but I don't want to curse myself, so instead I'll just use a default bottom move and go chill in the corner. Which is basically where we want these characters to be with red guard in the center. It kind of makes perfect sense. Okay, living bones go, they don't move, so they do nothing. Living corpses go, they all suffer 1 damage and get +1 movement. So this is a pretty decent first turn for us. Undoubtedly. So the only question is, do I prefer... Yeah, I prefer like this. Because if this goes here, I'm going to guess then this goes there, and it really doesn't change much either way. Alright. Oh, crap. I needed to mana potion on one of my other characters. Just because red guard's almost always going first. Whose mana potion is less likely to be useful? I guess this mana potion. I mean, Hatchet has better initiatives and worse initiatives than Voidwarden. These are kind of like 2 even, but Voidwarden's is less useful because it's more likely that Voidwarden needs an element, and typically it's better to have, when you're playing solo at least, your mana potions on the characters who don't use the element than on the character who uses the element, simply because the character who uses the element can then get the element the turn they need it. Okay. So there will be fire here. So I suppose the worst thing about this is that we're not going to have a bottom action that does anything. Or otherwise we go rather late. I mean, I guess I want to go after 20 so that the bones don't heal off the wound. The annoying thing is that we go after like the 25s, but this is probably the best bottom action we can do here. I definitely want to go after 12 and 20 against bones because bones have 2 self-healing cards. I really don't want them healing off these wounds. So I think it makes sense always to go at least at, well, basically the earliest possible initiative that we could go then really would be 31. So that's this. So, and since we don't need to move, we can just do 1 free damage to all the corpses here. We're going to get hammered. There's a chance we'll just run away from them. We'll see. But it's not like I have something, like I don't have any other good non-move bottom actions really here. I can immobilize them, but unfortunately that's after the move here. If it were before the move, for once this would actually be good. But again, that's because we're a melee character, not a ranged character. And making an attack 1 wound isn't very appealing because we're already wounding everything in the room. Okay, well why don't we just do the combo now? Since we're in a position where we don't need to move, we can just start with maximum damage here. Okay. So us, we will have light if we go after the red guard, which isn't too hard for us to do. We can just do this to create dark, and this. Creating dark will allow us to use this next turn, which is not bad. And this bottom, we can actually use the light, which will be created because the red guard really doesn't care about that, to get more powerful stand fast. And this is also just like kind of maximum damage we can do. It's not technically maximum damage we can do. Maximum damage would involve one of these tops instead. But I prefer to use, like, in general, I'd rather try to use my gifted attacks when I have access to an element. I suppose the argument is that by getting the poison sooner with Gift of the Void is also better, but I think this is reasonable. Okay, Bones. Ooh, God, Bones are doing the super scary thing. And Corpses are just doing standard turns. Alright, well, we're definitely not going to want to let these Bones go. Yeah, definitely not going to want to let the Bones go. Alright, well, we'll figure this out. Man, once again, wishing that I had the weighted net here. Every time. I mean, I'm going to be really happy that I have the Piercing Bow later in the scenario when we face Living Spirits, but man, oh man. So, I mean, we're going to use our weighted net. And I don't have any CC here. I have the compass. That's not really useful in this room. I mean, yeah, this will be attacking for 12 this turn. I don't think we want to take 12, so I think we're always stunning one of these. So we can stun one and wait in at the other one. Yeah, that's got to be the line here. Okay. I'm pushing one's not doing anything. Sure. So on the hatchet, I'm going to start by using the bottom of Fancy Hat, and I'm going to use the top of Ricochet. So this is attack 4, and then attack 4 on another target within range 2 of the first target. So I'm going to do this Bones here, or this Bones. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I guess theoretically the closer one is slightly more threatening, so I'd rather more damage on that one. So sure, this Bones here, and then this bone, or then this corpse. I don't really want the smaller attack to go into a 2 shield enemy. Here I'm going to use the favorite. So we throw the favorite here. I'm also obviously using the goggles for this attack with the number of curses in my deck. So this makes this, and so we have an attack 3 plus 1 from the Fancy Hat plus 3 from the favorite, or the new favorite. So it's an attack 7. All the wounded and all that nonsense doesn't actually matter. So we'll see. I mean, normally it would matter, but specifically because of Burn Away the Dark, it doesn't. So it's possible that we will be going back to just using the favorite and using the new favorite and some wind, specifically because we have a red card. We'll see. All right, so attack here and then attack there. All right, getting rid. I mean, like a +0 sort of sucks here. I really would have liked to get a nicer modifier than that, but getting a curse out of our deck without missing is just really nice value. So this does 5 damage. Places wound, but I'll get all the wounds afterwards. And then we hit the second target, the corpse. Curse as well. Okay. So this one was a 3 plus 1 plus 1, so 5. I wasn't wrong here, right? This was a 4. Yeah, plus 3 is 7, and this was a 3 plus 1 plus 1, so 5. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, not bad. Oh, and I did say that I was stunning the Bones, obviously. Okay, so red guard's up. On the red guard, so the corpses are doing, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get whacked by these corpses as well, but I don't know that we can really do better than that. I mean, I could, instead of wounding everything in the room, I could CC one enemy. I don't really think that's the line. Okay, so I'm gonna consume the fire. Where are you? Gain 1 experience, and I'm gonna make an attack 1 wound on everything in the room. We'll go clockwise from bottom up to top. And these are all advantage attack 1s. Oh, God. Of course I get the crit there. Alright, getting rid of curses is nice. Ooh, that actually does 1 damage. And we get fire. Nice. And then across here. Okay. Nice. 2. Get rid of a curse. Yep. Strengthen is still one hell of a drug. Alright. Not bad. And then, I mean, so is using a default move here, does it actually mitigate a significant amount of damage in any way? Guess it'll probably mitigate an attack 4, right? Yeah, it would. If we like step back to here, then this will come here and hit us, this will come here, and this can't reach us. I mean, it's actually mitigating attack 5, because this will be poisoned. It's tough. On the other hand, creating the light is useful to the Voidwarden. I mean, we created fire with a flip here, but we can actually use the fire effectively next turn. We have like lots of things that use the fire. We really couldn't care less about the light. Do we die if we just sit here? I mean, could I compass something in a meaningful way? No, not really. I mean, I could move here and compass, and then I would actually stop 2 incoming attacks. I don't have any shield this turn. That's probably actually worth it, isn't it? Yeah, I actually think that is worth it. I can't take so much damage. Alright, whatever. We'll just use the fire on the Voidwarden. We'll manage without the fire or something. I don't know, we have things we can do. Alright, so sure. So I'm going to use the bottom of Blinding Sickle then as just a default move 2. I'm just going to step back to here. I'm going to use the compass. So essentially here I'm just using the compass as a... Oh wait, hold. Yeah. Because no matter what. Is there anywhere I could move if we went like this? No, then this can go here. Yeah. No. So this is one of the things that's just incredible about the compass. A lot of times, like, putting enemies through traps, but the compass just does so many things. Here, the compass is essentially preventing an attack 7. Like, still not too bad, right? All right, you go all the way up there, and we lose our strength then. All right, Voidwarden's up next, so we're using our weighted net. Super happy to have that. Making an attack 4 range 3 curse, targeting the bones here. Yeah, expected. Where are you? There we are. But we give them a curse. Create dark. And then I'm going to use Stand Fast. One ally or enemy within range 3 may perform attack 3, range 3, targeting enemy of your choice. So I'm going to consume the fire. I think this is worth it. I'm going to have this target this. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Getting poison on this bones is probably more valuable than trying to kill this off right now. I mean, killing one of these off is decent, but we can probably just AoE this down next turn. Actually, can we? It's probably more reasonable to hit here, but it just feels like such a waste of the poison. We don't have that many instances of poison. Getting poison on a 2-shield enemy is so valuable. These enemies are also a lot more threatening than these enemies, so I'd rather kill this first. Yeah, so we'll make this attack here, consuming the element to turn this into an attack 4 with advantage. Get rid of a curse? No. Well, healing now actually doesn't do anything. Okay, so that's 2 damage and poison. Okay, so the corpses go. They all take 1 damage from their wounds. 2, 1, 2 to here. Oh, crap. This way the hatchet actually gets hit. Huh. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Sure. So they were hitting for 6, so poison and take 5. We didn't have any defensive items. No, our item is an Invis Cloak. Sure. And the bones each take 1 from their wounds. Lose the stun, lose the immobilize. Hatchet's like, thanks, Red. Yeah. It did make sense to move like this. It's not the end of the world that sometimes other characters other than the Red Guard get hit. Okay. So this is a pretty obvious turn, I think, for Hatchet. This just lets us go early. I mean, the heal kind of sucks for removing the poison, but otherwise I could do this turn to remove the poison, then do the bigger heal next turn. But then I have worse initiative. 20 initiative versus 30 initiative is quite significant in its bones, because I want to try to kill this one before it goes. And I have somewhat decent odds at it. I guess not with those curses in my deck, but still. Hitting this quickly definitely seems to make sense here. Okay. So what's the Voidwarden up to? Probably accepting a slightly slower turn, just to have a good turn. Yeah. Just doing our best. At the same time, now we poisoned the one that... So let's actually just do this, maybe. Wicked Scratch should still do something here. Alright, and what are we up to? So we have no elements to use here. So I actually don't have access. I can't do 2 shields since I lost the fire there. I don't love that. I kind of just want to be disarming something here. It's annoying that if I create fire with this, I'm not... I mean, I guess then just use the fire with Strangling Chain afterwards. Sure. Going early and disarming something is probably the best thing I can do anyway. Okay, so standard and +1 move, -1 attack. Okay. All right. So red guard's up first. So the real question becomes which enemies here are more threatening. Everything's threatening. It's a tough spot on +3 difficulty, isn't it? All those curses in our deck and everything too. I guess it makes sense to make the disarm attack here probably. The biggest reason for this is that it actually does damage here, whereas it doesn't do damage to these enemies. I mean, it technically does here, but I don't know. At the same time, these hit for 8. This hits for 6, 5. I mean, because the poison's already there. So these are more threatening. Is there a world in which we can stop both those from attacking this turn? Well, we're gifting an attack. We're not actually making an attack, so we can't use... Oh, we don't even have a stun powder here. Who actually... Oh, we don't have another stun powder. Huh. Yeah. About that. Taking a million here? Not really any way around this, is there? We just, like... Our party mostly does damage, and we just can't deal damage as quickly as these enemies have health. I mean, like, at race these enemies, really. And because this one has +1 movement, it's always reaching us. If they hadn't gotten +1 movement, it would be so much better for us this turn. Because normally this wouldn't be hitting anyone. Like, by moving this here, we were supposed to basically have gained ourselves 2 turns of it hitting nothing. But yeah, the +1 move flip from them was really bad. Because now every enemy in the room is able to hit this turn. So the best we can do is kind of limit surface area. But even then, it's still a surface area of 4. And the multi-target from this is rough. I think it makes sense to disarm this one, though. It just actually does damage. I do have to be killing these enemies. It's not like, again, it's not like we have a million CC after this, so sure. Create Dark, create Ice. I'll make an attack 2, targeting here. Of course. Oh, God. Alright, and then I'm just going to move to here, I think. Could go here? If I go here, I mean, only one's going to hit 2, but it just makes it easier for more things to hit us. I mean, they're hitting us, not our allies. But again, one more attack on Hatchet is not the end of the world, and this one's disarmed. I guess this is also going to be hitting Hatchet right now. I mean, it's also possible Hatchet just goes invisible here, and then we just have the attacks on Red Guard. Yeah, that actually is probably what makes the most sense. So yeah, let's just go here, and we create fire at the bottom here. Okay, Hatchet's up next. So on Hatchet, I'm going to attack this Living Bones here with Repeat Shot and gain 1 experience. Come on. Okay, whatever. I'll take a +0. So it's a 5, so 3 damage. Ugh, I really needed a +1 on that attack, huh? It's so brutal. That's so brutal. Oh, I mean, like, at this point, normally drawing a +1 is something we should be able to count on. I guess not really in our deck. I don't know. There are all those curses, so I really couldn't. But damn, that really sucks. That's an unfortunate difference of 1 damage. Alright, and then I'm going to create Wind. And I'm just going to heal the poison off myself. Alright, Voidwarden's up. So on the Voidwarden, I'm going to consume the old Dark and create a new Dark. I'm going to gain 1 experience. I'm going to gift a Wicked Scratch attack. I'm actually just going to gift that attack here, I think. It would really be wasteful to hit this enemy. Oh, crap. Hatchet's going invis. Hatchet's going invis. Yeah, for sure. This is just the only way here. In that case, I should have disarmed one of these. Yeah, that was poorly done then. But I think this is ultimately still necessary. Was poorly done, though. I should have definitely come and disarmed one of these with the attack. If Hatchet was going invisible, this just did nothing to disarm him. Yeah, this was really poorly done. I just didn't consider the invis quickly enough. I should have, though. So do I just save the invis now? Wait to use it next round, since the disarm already is mitigating some amount of damage here? Problem is we're taking a 5 and then a 3, a 5 and a 4, and we're at 9 life. So it's like, if we don't, we're typically pitching a card here. I guess... Not exactly. No, we're taking a 5 and then a 5 and then a 5, actually, right? Since this will come here and hit both of us. Is there any way to stop that happening? So this one we couldn't stop. And even if we prevent this from going here, then this just goes here. I guess, no, it's too late to change our move with the red guard. Even going here wouldn't really have been better. Kind of, but only if we could stop this, and we can't. Yeah, I mean, whatever. We made a bad disarm. We're not playing perfectly, so be it. I think it's better to just accept that we made a mistake and do the best play we can now, rather than like make more bad plays just to try to justify how our mistake wasn't a mistake. I mean, yeah, the invis is going to be useful at any point. It's not like we can go after them next round, so it sort of sucks to use it here, but it's definitely better than losing a card. It's very likely we lose a card here if we don't do that. I mean, I guess it's not so likely because we do have some curses gone into the deck as well. We can summon. We have no other items that really impact anything here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I did mess up. If I disarm this, I'd be in a much better spot here. Oh well. So Hatchet is done. So Voidwarden goes. I consume the dark with this, and I recreate the dark with this. I've already given myself the experience. I give them 2 curses. Consuming the dark here. This is curse, range 4, target 2. So just 2 free curses. And then, yeah, Wicked Scratch on Hatchet, attacking here. Because I don't really want to waste a large attack on this target at this point. It's going to go once, and then it's going to die afterwards to wound. I think that's good enough. Okay, so here into here. Like, is this really representative of our deck? Is that really representative of our deck? Oh man, it's gonna be one of those days, huh? All right, so this was a 4 plus 1, but minus 1, so a 4. Oh crap, I didn't say which element I was using for this. Uh, can I use ice still? I guess theoretically I can. Yeah, so it would have been wind. We never use wind. Okay. The bones go. So number 2 comes here and hits the red guard. +0. We don't have any innate shield this round. We'll gain 2 shield like this, so 2 direct damage back, and we take 2. And this one attacks us. What's annoying here is I actually don't have a choice but to use this, since it's not optional, so it's just kind of one wasted damage. We still get the shield, which is worth something. We take 4, and this dies. I guess the advantage of this is it does let us go pick up the favorite, which I suppose is worth something. So we take 4. So we took 6 total there. Oh no, him dying is so bad, though. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Oh, thank God. It's actually fine. Because this is going to come and fill the hole. Okay, okay. No, it's fine. Well, I guess so much for, well. Alright, I've got to kind of move the favorite off to the side here, because otherwise the enemy's going to hoover it up. So I'm just going to, we know that it's there, but just hiding out here. Alright, so this has, so all these go, they all take 1 damage from their wound. This one loses its disarm. This one, so its focus is here. What's the shortest path? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just goes to here, humorously enough? No, that can't be right. No, the closest, I always forget this. Does it go the closest it can get this turn, or does it figure out the closest path and then go the furthest along that path possible? Because the closest it could get this turn would be here, and then it's 2 away. Here it would be 3 away, but this is the closest path. I don't remember. Can someone in chat fill me in on that? Regardless, then after that, this goes here. So the question is simply whether this should be here or here. I don't remember. Guess worst case scenario, I can go look in the book quickly. Shows you how confusing Monster AI is, the fact that there are still things after all this time that I don't remember. It's pretty rare that this sort of situation comes up, but... sorry, everyone. It appears to be it finds the... Yeah, I think my interpretation of this was correct, which is kind of stupid, but I believe that was correct. I wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong. No, it is. It finds the shortest possible path to get in range and line of sight to use its attack, and the figure that can be attacked at the end of its path is the focus. The enemy figure is considered closest. It doesn't matter if the monster can't get within range with its attack in its current move. So no, it does appear to be what I thought it was. So it should be here. Its shortest path is this. So this is the path it plans on taking, and it just moves as far along that path as possible. Which is stupid, because realistically, if it had gone like this, it would actually be closer. But it's not the shortest path, so I believe that is not the path it's supposed to take. Alright. Doesn't change much here, but... So on Hatchet, we want to go as late as humanly possible. Hope that the enemies go before us so that the invis still does something, and then perform an attack, going to pick up the favorite. On Red Guard, we have fire now, so we can do a little strangling. A little bit of strangling, huh? Okay. And we also need to move out of this spot so that Hatchet can grab the favorite. With like this and this. Honestly, this looks pretty good. And so we want to go after that, which is also not too hard to do. So we have every element we could ever want here, right? I could just even use Resign Frenzy here. Is Resign Frenzy worth it to just like clean up this room? It's 2 losses in the first room, but on an 11 card class, we're losing our move 4 for the rest of the scenario. That's always the biggest issue with playing Resign Frenzy, right? It's not so much that Resign Frenzy isn't good, it's great. It's just that you're like, no, move 4, 26th edition, I can't lose you. So the question is more, do I need to play Resign Frenzy in here? Not whether it's good or not. Otherwise, I could just play Suggestion Top instead, which is also still really good here. Yeah. I think I'm going to go for that in the end. It's a little bit annoying overlap here. Maybe I should save... Yeah. Maybe I just do this then? Because this will actually add +2. I'll use the ice here for the sun. So my plan is to actually control the bones, bring it here, make it attack both of these, stun it, which is great, right? Because then it's like ticking down to its wound and dealing a bunch of damage here. This would actually increase the damage significantly here because it adds 1 to each of the attacks, since it'll be making 2 attack 3s since it has multi-target innate. But and we've already gone over this before, the targeting adjacent enemy, this is just like a... It's the way it's written, but it is still multi-target. We had this come up in the second scenario of this campaign. But I kind of want to save this for a top heal. I feel like we certainly need that, and it's not that good here. It just does add... I mean, it adds 2 damage, but at the same time, the 2 damage it adds, like, 1 damage here doesn't even matter, because an attack 2 is already enough. Watching your streams makes me want to try Voidwarden in my Gloomhaven campaign. Voidwarden's amazing. I love playing this class. You just have so many good options. There's like a tool for every spot, basically. That's the one thing I was afraid of. That was the one advantage of doing it at 13, is that these went at 20. But I mean, I guess the good thing is he's at least now, I mean, like, he's only hitting the red guard. Well, the courses aren't even attacking this turn. That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. So I could give him a little strangling. So the weird thing about this is I'd be doing the strangling chain on him, but not actually using the benefit of it. But maybe that's just fine. Immobilizing him here would basically just be blanking, and I mean, I guess he has -2 moves. How much movement is that actually? Oh my god, he has 6 move base? Really? Oh, okay, so minus, and he's got 4 movement. He's always reaching someone. All right, so this is sort of interesting. I mean, we got a lot of cool options here, right? So I could go up to here. I could put a strangling chain on him, and then we could just make a bunch of attacks on him this turn and basically kill him because of this attack plus the Hatchet's attack this turn, all hitting there. The downside of that is, I guess, that this is going to come attack us. It is just making an attack 4, though. It's not the end of the world, and we've got a fair amount of healing coming after this. I think the added upside for killing these corpses faster is probably worth it, just doing it like that. Otherwise, we could just Strangling Chain him, which basically will just function as an Immobilize. I guess the downside of this is... I mean, on the other hand, by Strangling Chaining him, I actually just don't need to play Suggestion this turn anymore, right? I could just do these two instead of playing these two. Because if we just Strangling Chain him, he's just almost dead. He might even just die. And then we don't have to worry so much about playing losses because these are just doing a nonsense. I mean, these are just taking all 2 damage for the round. Yeah, and that just saves us from playing a loss, which is probably better. So actually, that's got to be the best thing to do here. All right, I'm going to consume the fire anyway. We've already got enough elements to spend. We don't use any. Yeah. So I'll consume the fire. Also, because I do want to gain 12 experience or 13 experience, right? Consume the fire on Strangling Chain, gain an experience, and I'll make an attack 3 immobilize, targeting the elite bones. Okay. Okay. So our 3 becomes a 5, plus 1 from the poison is a 6. So it's actually just 4 damage. It's just dead. It's just dead. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that worked out quite well. And then I've just got to move 3. I suppose I'm just moving here. I need to get off of... Well, I don't have to get off of this spot. Hatchet could go there to grab the favorite, but... More accurately, I want to take some money from the Hatchet. We're going to redistribute funding in this party a little bit. Alright, so the Bones is dead, so the Voidwarden's up next. So on the Voidwarden, I'm going to use the top of Gift of the Void, creating Dark. I'm going to consume the old Dark here, though, so that the other Dark's gone. I mean, I'll just do this quickly, I guess. I give them a curse by using the bottom of Suggestion, consuming Dark. So here, we create Dark. We're going to make the... I mean, I have a heal 6 coming here, but then plus the long rest. I guess it probably does make more sense to have the red guard suffer the damage. At the same time, I don't love moving to here, but maybe that's still fine. Because they can't attack faster than 13 next turn anyway, and I can just do this plus like this or something next turn. Yeah, that's probably fine. Because right now, if I do 2 damage to Hatchet, we would need to heal Hatchet with the 6 as well, but we have like 2 targets to heal with 6, whereas here, yeah, the 6 plus the long rest is just perfect for red guard. So let's go here. Let's move there first with Suggestion, and then we use Gift of the Void, making red guard suffer 2, poisoning the elite corpse up here, consuming the ice on this attack with Master Influence, and so this is an attack 5 with advantage, performed by the red guard targeting the elite corpse here. Okay, well, at least we didn't miss, and we got rid of a curse, so we'll take it. So 4 damage. Okay. So we're done. Done here as well. So there's just Hatchet left. So on Hatchet, I'm going to do a move 1 with Retrieval. Move into here. Picking up the favorite, as well as this coin. And I'm just going to use Center Mass to throw the favorite at this target. Excuse me, the new favorite at this target. Well, thus far, the new favorite has not once been better, but that's really just because of Burn Away the Dark. But it's true that in a party with a Red Guard, I may have to reevaluate how I approach the new favorite, because everything's just always wounded. Okay, so we attack here. No advantage. Whew, but that's cool. So, this was an attack 4 base, plus the new favorite. I'll just keep calling it the favorite, though. I'm going to get way too tired of saying the new favorite every time. So, 4 plus 3 from the favorite is 7, plus 1 from the poison is 8, plus 3 from the modifier is 11. Yeah, so that's just a dead corpse. It goes down to 1, and it's actually taking 2 damage itself this turn, so that was pretty sweet. And the favorite's in it, but the favorite's just going to drop when it goes. Alright, so this dies. Favorite's here now. This takes 2 damage. This is a very fortunate flip for us this turn. Not having to worry about this turn and having them take a damage was such a big deal, because now this one's also just dead without us needing to do anything. It's just amazing. Amazing. Alright, well, we're going to play these 2 cards. I definitely regret playing Shield Spikes in this room. I wish I just played the Sand Devil. I wish I just played the Sand Devil would be the story of... Also, yeah, the new favorite... If I had the new favorite bottom here, it would actually be good. This bottom immobilized right now would actually be good. Damn. All right. So thus far, we're definitely 1 for 1 in terms of wishing we'd played the favorite as our favorite and the new favorite kept as our bottom. All right, all right, all right. So what do we have for elements? Fire and dark. We don't have any gifted attacks anyway. The real question is whether we can get away with healing this turn, if this is going to die. I think the answer is it probably does not die this turn. What are our initiatives at? 12 and 17. So I can go at 26. But I really want to just play these 2 cards. I guess the issue is that... No, I should just play these 2 cards. And I think I'll actually just use my Stamina Potion now to... I just need to remember to do it to get a card back so that I can do Taunting Fate. Because I really do want to do a Heal 6 this rest cycle. I think it's pretty important. But it just doesn't really make sense to do it this turn. Because unless we would kill this... But here we're doing like... Yeah, no, we're just doing a little bit of damage and shielding against it. The only way is if it doesn't attack. And then here, yeah, we're moving and making a small attack that heals. Nah, I don't know. Does not appear to make sense. I think we do have to disarm it this turn, so if we're disarming it, we'd just go for this play. Yeah, the only way we could have gotten away with it is if it didn't attack again, which would have been specifically the 21, since they already flipped the other non-attack, and I didn't want to try to count on getting that lucky. We'll just use our Stamina Potion. Okay, so red guard's up. It's probably better to just attack rather than shield, since we're just going to disarm it anyway. So, sure. Let's just do an attack 1 and an attack 2, both targeting this corpse. Okay, 1 and a 4. Alright, so 5 total. Not bad. Maybe we would get to kill it here after all. Alright, so then Hatchet's up. On Hatchet, I'm going to do a move 3 jump with the bottom of the favorite, going to here. I won't have the favorite just yet, but I am grabbing it. I know I won't be able to use it for this attack. Just easier like this. I should get used to the auto-looting though, that's for sure. And then I'm going to make an attack 2, range 3, and then heal 2, target 1 ally adjacent to the target of the attack. So I will target the elite corpse here. Jeez. We've seen that -1 every time. Man, sucks not getting a -1 on your deck, huh? Alright, we do 1 damage, and we heal the red guard for 2. Okay, we're done. So then the Voidwarden goes. So on the Voidwarden, I'm going to consume the dark with the bottom of Resign Frenzy. Gain 1 experience, and I'm going to get to do a move 3, attack 2. I go... I guess I was going to go to there, but realistically I'd rather just be closer to the next room. At this point, we're just always going this way. The 2 rooms are more or less the same, it doesn't matter too much, and so you just go to the direction you end up going. But ultimately, this always ends up going this way. The reason for this is because of this difficult terrain here. I wonder if this was like a psychological test by Isaac to see if like placing these 2 little things here would mean that everyone always goes this way, and maybe he made this room easier, who knows. I guess I say that this way, the ways are the same. I'm not actually 100% sure, because I'm not sure I've ever gone... I think I've gone top maybe 1 time ever. But yeah, because it's easier to like hole up down here than hole up here because of these hindering the movement of the enemies a little bit, as you saw here. You always end up closer to here, and then you just go to the door that's closer to you. So yeah, I'll move down here, and I'll make an attack 2. Miss. Okay. I mean, if we'd hit, maybe we'd have made another attack. Not with the curses on our deck, though. That would be a bit stupid. All right, and then we just use Lure of the Void to disarm him. And I need to use a Stamina Potion here. And get back. So I'm going to use this for a top heal for sure. I prefer the top room. Okay, fair. I guess, yeah, as usual, if I need a bottom, this is a bottom. Gotta hope this attack won't miss. We didn't create any elements here either. Yikes. That's a little bit unfortunate, actually, in the end. Alright, Living Corpse goes. Oh, that's really annoying. That's actually super obnoxious, huh? And this one just dies. I could have moved it away, but it wouldn't change anything. I mean, I guess, yeah, I can. I know I only have one movement with the force move. Sure. Then I guess in the end, it's too late. I already made the attack. I should have gone here and just moved him here so that I wouldn't get poisoned. It's not the biggest deal in the world though, having poison on the Voidwarden. All right. So we get poisoned and we get poisoned. Oh yeah, that's super obnoxious, actually. You know what? I'm gonna do this properly. This actually makes a huge difference because then our heal here, at least here now we can heal someone. Well, no, I guess all right. I can't change that. What I guess I can do is I can change whether I stamina potion or not, based because this is actually known information. So at this point, is it even worth stamina potioning? Because now taunting fate actually sucks because the person I wanted to heal is poisoned. So I can't change that because the problem is I already flipped a modifier afterwards. But I can choose not to stamina potion. All right, well he takes 1 damage from his wound. Man, I wasn't even paying attention that they would actually get to, like, when attacking, they were actually going to do something while disarmed that actually mattered. That miss sucks, then we could just done a default attack. Maybe killed him if that hadn't missed. We still probably would have gone for the disarm. Trying to think. So, realistically, what I was supposed to do... God, I just wasn't paying any attention. Oh, this kills me. I mean, how much does this matter? What I was supposed to do is actually do this. So, I was here, right? What I was supposed to do is I was supposed to use Lure of the Void to move him to here, and I was supposed to go to here, and then do everything that I just did. Because then we don't get the poison here, we can do the heal 6 there. I mean, this is going to make such a big impact on the scenario, and it's all just because we weren't paying attention. This is such an obvious play, and you know what, I'm going to change it. I don't want to... I saw nothing, yeah. It's like, alright, how to put this? I wouldn't blame anyone for reverting this. Basically, we just weren't paying attention to what the monster was doing here, and it's not like what we saw from our modifier really changed what we would have done here. Like I said, even if I knew I was going to hit, what am I doing differently with Lure of the Void? Do you understand? Like if I flip a +0 and I put him to effectively 2 instead, I'm going to make an attack with 3 curses in my deck still and hope to kill him. No, of course I'm just going to disarm him rather than taking an attack 7. So I'm like, in fact, yeah, there's just no flip possible really that would ever change what we would do, right? So this is the situation before. He's at 5 health and we're here. Even if I come here, I hit a +0, puts him to 2. In that case, it disarmed and he's dead. I guess theoretically, like, all right, he's dead, but he poisons first. But again, like, if I can do this... So the only upside of making the attack... I mean, like, the only upside of having the information would be, I guess, specifically... No, because getting it a +1 wouldn't change anything, because if I get a +1, then it would just be... No, so there's nothing that changes anything. I'm just going to do this. This is just so much strictly better. This was the obvious play. Again, the only reason we didn't make this play is because I just didn't pay attention to the fact that he was actually doing something. I was just thinking he's disarmed, he doesn't do anything. Because I knew he wasn't doing the 21. I actually just forgot that the 71 actually had an ability tied to not an attack on the corpses. So, yeah. This is the obvious play here. And ultimately, the flip that we made didn't really change anything. And then we can stamina potion appropriately and continue with our lives the correct way. This would have a small, in French we would say faute d'inattention, inattention, inattention, faute d'attention. A small mistake of not paying attention to all the different things would have actually had a large effect on the rest of the scenario, and I think that's just it's too stupid to handicap myself like that. I think this makes sense, but I mean, I don't know. If in the comments of this, I mean in chat or in the YouTube comments, you find that this was unreasonable to revert, please let me know. In the future, I'll make sure not to do stuff like this. I consider this a reasonable reversion. Obviously, I should just try to do a better job paying attention, but ultimately when streaming and playing three-handed, there's a lot to pay attention to. Yeah, I generally agree, B-Tone. This is how we approach it as well. I try to hold myself typically to a different standard when I'm streaming than I do when we're playing, right? Because like I don't know, I don't want people to have cause to be like, oh well, I mean you cheated, or something like that. So like I agree completely. Like when we're playing, we would always let someone fix this because it's just like a strictly better play. Just because of some information they didn't know, not because of like new. Like obviously, like if someone like flips something, it's like, oh well, I was gonna kill him. I guess I would have done a heal rather than a move. You understand, or something like that. Like that's different. But here it's just, yeah. Oops. Long rest. Long rest. Okay. So Voidwarden's up. I'm going to. So here I need to do this attack first because there's a small chance I would need to do a default attack here. Also, just never happening. But so we can have any of our allies attack this corpse. I don't know who has more curses in their deck at this point. I guess there are curses in this deck, and I care more about getting the curses out of the Hatchet deck than I care about getting curses out of the Redguard deck, so I would rather make that attack. So, yep, we're just going to have Hatchet, perform, and attack 3, range 3 with advantage, targeting this corpse. God. Well, at least we've gotten the -1. How do we consistently draw so poorly with this deck? It's incredible. We almost always have the 2 negative modifiers in the top 4 cards. It's actually good here, but... Alright, and then I'm going to gain an experience, and I'm going to do a heal 6 on you. Which does end up overhealing a little bit, just because of the heal 2 from there. And they get a bless. The bless is riskier here than it is in many scenarios, because they're going to be living spirits, which have kind of unavoidable giant AoEs. And so they're going to hit people who don't have iron helmets. Hit characters who don't have iron helmets. Alright, both of them get their long rests. You heal for 2. Oops. Yeah, I've got enough bottoms. I'd rather have the... I mean, alright, hold on. Top. Alright, so top. Really prefer bottom. So top. Yeah, so we are bottom heavy at this point. So it makes sense to get rid of this as a bottom rather than getting rid of follow through, because follow through can still function as a top. So in that case, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 tops, which is what we want. So yeah, see a favorite. All right, as for here, well, we really just wanted this for the first room. Didn't end up using it. Kind of wish we brought the other card in the end, but oh well. I mean, Shield Spikes also sucked in this room, so we weren't wrong to think that Shield Spike sucked. Why we played it then? It's a very good question. So can I get away with taking a long rest on the Voidwarden while we breach this next room? Yes, probably. I think so. Just letting enemies come towards us seems decent here. And the weighted net is quite valuable. Weighted net's a great item. I think weighted net might be one of the most underrated items in Gloomhaven, actually. All right. So what's our plan then? So I wish I had my higher level heal card. I want to set up the Sand Devil for this room for sure. I like the net, just wish it was one-handed. Yeah, for sure. So you're absolutely right. The net does have a problem with being two-handed based on the nature of a certain one-handed item at Prosperity 4 plus, right? Until you get to Prosperity 4, the weighted net is just incredible. Once you get to Prosperity 4, it does become a problem, the fact that it is two-handed, just like you said, simply because of that thing. But to me, this is less of a weighted net problem and more of a that item problem. I think weighted net is a very fun and well-balanced item that's very reasonable for the cost and just makes a lot of sense. That item at Prosperity 4 is actually just imbalanced is the issue. I mean, the Prosperity 4 items should just be two-handed, not one-handed, is the biggest thing. All right. So is this fine? Just go onto the door, get up some shield, place a Sand Devil. Shh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. That's not bad. Do I even have to go into the room to set up the Sand Devil then? Probably. Probably worth. Yeah, I think this is fine to do. And so then we can just let Hatchet try to go later and make some attacks. I'd rather save this. How do we go that late then? Ugh. At 30 initiative, we're going so late. Just Hatchet problems. Can't wait to get a higher level card. I guess we're level 5 plus. So we do have level 5 plus spoilers now. So our plan is just to move to here and hopefully have something within this range, which we may or may not. I don't like Ricochet would give me late initiative, but I hate using Ricochet without using Fancy Hat is the most annoying thing. So yeah, let's go like this. All right, Red Guard goes. We're gonna move on to the door with Swift Strength. All right, what's in this room? I think we should have us. Oh no, the skeletons aren't so close in the end. No, not you. It's just you. Ooh, ooh, oh no. Huh. Disaster? Huh. This is no good. This is no good. Okay. What are the living spirits up to? Yeah, -1 move is pretty good. They probably shouldn't reach us then. Ooh, 5 and 4 range. God. How do we ever kill these enemies? Oh, these are just regulars. Okay, good. 4 range then. So it's like 4 range, 4 movement, right? Oh, 4 range, 3 movement, so only 2. Okay, good. Yeah, so just outside of range. Those skeletons, the reason I prefer top. Fair. What is actually the top? Let's take a look. Oh, it's corpses in the top. Hilarious. Yeah, so I guess the top is actually easier for sure. For sure, for sure. I wish I had the compass right now. I wish we hadn't used the compass in the first room. Compass just executes one of these right now, which would just be so good. But, you know, can't win them all. All right, well, whatever. We have a shield, and we're going to try to survive here, and we're going to gain 2 experience, and we're going to set up the Sand Devil. Where is... Ah, there it is. There's my Sand Devil. Putting it here is better than putting it here, simply because this is closer to get it on top of the Living Spirits, which is very important. Okay, Living Spirits go. So like I said, they have 2 movement and 4 range. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Hatchets up. Just do a 1, 2, 3 move to here, heal ourselves for 1, and create Earth. Sadly not attacking anyone. Which sucks, using center mass and not attacking anyone, but that is what it is. Just way too far away. Alright, bones are up. This is... Man, they really flipped the worst thing for us. God, this is going to be so bad for us. This is going to hurt so much. I mean, normally this was supposed to be fine, because the danger of skeletons is them multi-targeting, but we were blocking the door, so they weren't really going to be doing very scary multi-targets. Flipping this was so bad, but we didn't have boots to increase our movement, so once we were here with our move 2, we were just stuck there, you know? Damn. Like, one more movement would have been so much better here. Another example of why the move boots are just so many times better than the jump boots, because I would have ultimately just gone back to here, and then at least it would only be the one would be hitting rather than the second one hitting as well. And we lose a million life here, even with our 1 and 8 shield from this. We just need another shield here, which we will not have. Okay, so you go to here, and then you do have enough movement, right? Yeah. 2, 3, 4. So you take 1 damage, and you get muddled. All right, well, 3 times attack 4 on the red guard. Some curses, please. Okay. 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 Well, no curses. I really needed a curse there. All right. So, the first one will deal 1 damage. The second one will deal 2 damage. And the third one will deal 3 damage. So we take 6 total there. And we do 3, 2, 1 retaliate. So 6 total retaliate here. Well, Shield Spikes is pretty good there. Because we have 1 and 8 shield. The first time we have 2 additional shield. The second time we have 1 additional shield. And the third time we have just the innate shield. So that's why we do 6 total damage. And we mitigate 6 of the 12. Okay, now this one attacks with advantage on 2 attack 3s, or disadvantage with 2 attack 3s. Alright, so that's a 2, so we take 1, and it takes 1. Well, Shield Spikes is working out okay here. Okay, and then we take 0, and it takes 1. And Voidwarden gets a long rest. What can we get rid of? Nothing, because we love every single one of our cards. I mean, I guess we're pretty far from being able to Lure of the Void something into here. So it's probably just Lure of the Void at this point. Not that bad. No, that wasn't that bad. Fortunately. Certainly could have been worse. Alright, well, I know what I'm doing here. It's the combo. What am I doing here? And I just lack bottom shield. Except when I have fire, which don't have fire here. I wish I had that, man, I wish I had Warrior of the Sun. Immobilizing both of them here would be so good. I guess I can strangle one of them and burn away the dark the other. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. The sad thing is we're doing the strangling after that, so that maybe makes the strangling a little bit worse. Oops, and I just clicked it. Where did I just put that? Oh, I just went into the lost pile. Interesting. Otherwise, I could do this top, which does create fire, which is nice, and then just disarm one of them. What is the Voidwarden going to do here? We can either do 2 attacks or a CC and an attack. I kind of like a CC and an attack. Then we disarm one, stun one. I mean, how necessary is it even? We should actually, Hatchet can just kill one of these two, and then we just disarm the other one. I mean, I guess then there's another one coming for us. You know what? I think I actually like healing the Berserker, or sorry, the Berserker, the Red Guard here. And then just doing, like, this as a bottom attack really early. So that definitely makes Strangling Chain look a lot worse here. If I were to use this and jump to here, I could actually disarm both of them if I needed to. I suppose there's some merit to that. Sand Devil, does it affect our allies, right? No, it's us included? Ugh. Really? We can't go through the Sand Devil? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Really should say any other figure. I guess other would be ambiguous because it doesn't know. I feel like the Red Guard has no difficulty going through a Sand Devil without taking damage and getting muddled. He lives with the Sand... I mean, he beckons the Sand Devil. Bitten by your own snake, huh? Alright. I still think this actually does make sense in the end, then. I mean, yeah, we get a couple chances of them going before us, but if they do, they do. Alright. All good. When these are not attacking, but they're doing a million curses. But we already have a million curses in our deck. Joke's on you. I mean, I guess we don't have that many in our deck right now. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. And the bones are doing +1 attacks. Sure. Alright, Hatchet's up first. Fancy Hat. +1 to all your attacks this round. And Ricochet. I'm going to use the new favorite on the Elite, and then I'm just going to hit this one normally. I'm going to use the goggles here, certainly. So, first the Elite. Alright, so how much is that? Again, we're making an attack for base 4, plus the new favorite is 7, plus 1 from the modifier is 8. Yeah. Dead. And the new favorite dropped here. And then we hit the other one. Ooh, we actually got a crit. I was just noticing how we almost never draw crits on this class. Alright, so this was a 4. Crit is 8. Huh. Well, that sort of makes our turn a little bit worse with some of our other characters. But, I mean, you know, sometimes Hatchet's gonna do what Hatchet's gonna do, huh? I mean, now I just really regret having played Stand Fast. Yeah. Yep. Alright, well, is what it is. I gain experience and do a heal 6 on the red guard. And then I'm just going to do a default move 2 to here, so that I don't have to walk into the Sand Devil. I'm going to pick this up. Hatchet can go here or here to loot it next turn. And this way we actually get a coin, which is kind of amazing, because we never get that. Oh, we already took a long rest. Whoops, we weren't supposed to long rest. Failed. So here it's still the experience gain. We're working on that. And here it is 7 or fewer experience. We're inherently working on that. Whoops. All right, red guard's up. So I don't have fire, so this is always just this. Do I have an element to change? We didn't create any elements there, and we just have this earth. Not very useful. So this is just going to be a move 2. Oh, no, sorry. First, this advances. Then we go to here, and we are going to attack the bones, creating ice and dark. Creating ice is always dangerous against living spirits. And attack the bones with the disarm. Okay, so our attack is for 3, we do 2 damage, and it's disarmed. I hope someone mod the red guard into digital. Would love to see how broken I can make him. Oh yeah, with some certain allies and stuff like that too. I mean, you gotta wait for a certain other character to make it into digital, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, that'd be great if someone could mod him in. I would love to see the Jaws Lion characters in digital. God, I would play the crap out of that. Alright. I guess they were creating ice anyway, huh? So, living spirits have 3 movement. But this is... It's considered a trap by all characters, right? Well, this is ambiguous. So there's a glossary somewhere for Jaws Lion characters. Um, does anyone know how this works? So, place the Sand Devil on an adjacent empty hex. It is considered a trap for the purpose of monster movement. So, does anyone understand what like the question mark thing is here? So traps by flying monsters, they don't give a crap, right? So if this is just considered a normal trap, then flying monsters would still move into the Sand Devil and still take damage. But of course, it is like if the reason it's considered a trap is because monsters take damage by moving into it, then any monster that takes damage by moving into it would not want to move into it and would consider it a trap. But again, considering something a trap for flying monsters, it doesn't matter. So this is actually a little bit interesting and weird because it depends, like, basically whether this should go to here or whether this should go to here. And I don't actually know. So there's supposed to be glossary for Jaws Lion stuff, but the Jaws Lion stuff isn't inherently in here, and the thing that I loaded in doesn't have it. I guess I'm going to try to look it up online. Even Jaws. Give me a second. Because every time there's been something, Isaac has said that I should have just looked here. So the problem is, yeah, Jaws Lion didn't have flying enemies, did it? Or no, did it? Because it had living spirits. Did they just not have flying? Hmm. Give me a second. Sorry, everyone. The trap section doesn't mention it. I'm pretty sure it's just not going to be mentioned in the glossary because flying doesn't exist. There's no reason that this would be specified. Yeah, that's annoying. That is annoying. All right. Well, you know what? I think we're just going to do the most reasonable ruling, which is just that these consider that they don't want to move into this. Jaws Lion doesn't have flying. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I remember Living Spirits just got like stat boost because I remember Living Spirits were in flying or in Jaws Line, but yeah, they just got stat boost instead of flying. Okay, yeah. So I think the most reasonable thing to do here is just to treat it as if like not play rules as written, I suppose, but rather rules as intended. The intended purpose of this is that monsters don't intentionally move into this unless they have no other way around it, if it affects them. And since it does affect the living spirits, it makes sense that they wouldn't move into it. Obviously, it would be a lot better for me if this were to go like this, which I think is actually rules as written. But again, rules as intended, I think we can just go like this. Yeah, what is your path? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. No, this gets you closer to that hex. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, what is their range again? It's 4, if I'm not mistaken. So, where are the curses going? It's each time. So, number 1 gives a curse here and here. Number 4 gives a curse here, here, and here. And number 5 will give a curse here and here. How many curses do we have left to give out? We have 6. So, ultimately, this is going to be 3, 2, 1. Yeah, precisely. Well, that was annoying. Oops, that was the wrong way to do that, but that's fine. We can remedy this easily enough. Gloomhaven also doesn't have flying when you have an Aeromancer. Yeah, that's true. All right, and so then the Bones goes. Bones has -1 movement, so this is 3 movement. 1, 2, 3 to there. All right, well, I kind of need to wound every enemy in this room, huh? So we need to use this potion, 20 initiative, and go at 32 initiative, I guess, then? Yeah. Oh, this is also so good. Oh, I don't have the ability to wound everything in the room. Okay, well, then that kind of solves that question now, doesn't it? So it's this and this. This gives us some direct damage on these enemies, and by pulling them in and making them all have disadvantage, they won't run away. I mean, I guess we get a similar effect by using Strangling Chain. I guess we can take a look at what might be better. So where are you? So you actually need to use Retrieval this turn, and then make an attack afterwards, which I guess is going to be a repeat shot. The most scary initiative from Living Spirits is 33, so we just have to play before that. Alright, so here we have Dark and Ice on the Voidwarden. So we can certainly do some things here. I definitely like stunning something here, and I guess if I'm stunning something, I should probably just attack with this. This just sucks against all the enemies in the room, though. Otherwise, attack with this, which is so much better, but then I have such crappy initiative against all these enemies. I mean, I still go before they stun, I think, which is important. Actually, I'm not even 100% sure I do. Otherwise, instead of stunning one, I could give 2 curses, which gives me better initiative, but stunning is just so much better, so much safer. Maybe it's better to just pair this and this turn, and then pair these 2 next turn. I don't know, though. I have to make a disadvantage attack here. This is just really bad. But I guess Hatchet's going to be here. We're not even necessarily going to have someone to give to the Void, because Redguard's going here. Yeah, or is that not give to the Void? Wicked Scratch. We could give to the Void, but... yeah, maybe that's fine. Again, the initiative just sucks, though. Maybe we just do this and this, then. We have a decent chance of killing with Gift of the Void, then? Sure, let's try this. Alright, Living Bones at 12 is fine. Spirits at 75. Well, good thing we're not wounding them. That's when they heal. Okay, so Redguard's up. I mean, I guess all the direct damage we're doing is going to be a little bit worse since they're doing the heals. Yeah, it's a bit worse. Is a bit worse. Huh. Alright, so I'm going to have this go like this turn, I think, because then, yeah, I can just keep going back and forth. Putting it on one side is definitely the way to go. Question is, which of these sides? I don't know that much matters. I guess we're going to try to kill this one, maybe with Gift of the Void. Although at the same time... maybe 2 attacks. Yeah, let's leave this with full health. Alright, so you and you. So you each take 1 damage. And you're muddled. And then we're going to move with the bottom of Healing Sands. Moving to here. And I'm going to use the top of Barbaric Instincts, give myself shield 1, pull 1, range 2, all adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage, and I create fire. So I'm going to pull you to here, and then you all suffer 1. Okay, the Living Bones goes. He's going to shield himself for 1, heal himself for 2. Oops, wrong direction, if only. Okay, so Hatchet, we actually only need to go to here, so I don't need to use my boots here. I could use my boots because I'm most likely long resting soon anyway, and I have a non-move bottom. Yeah, I should just use my boots just to advance more. So I'll use my boots to go move 2, loot 1 with retrieval. Go to here, grab back the favorite. Yeah, I suppose we should be able to kill this one by attacking it with the new favorite, and then after that, we can maybe Gift to the Void, kill this one to get 2. That would be pretty good. So sure, let's do that. So we're going to use Repeat Shot, plus we're going to use the new favorite. We're going to attack number 4 here. Otherwise, in case we miss, hitting this one is good, because then it'll just die to the Retaliate because of its wound, but I'd rather try to kill one before, and I'm definitely not favored to miss, although Hatchet, for some reason, my draws are just always atrocious, so I'm kind of counting on it. I guess also hitting this one, it actually just does kill it, because we can push it with the push, we can put it back into this, but again, these are so much closer to dying, it's so much more likely that I can kill these with Gift of the Void. Let's hit here. I mean, again, I'm definitely favored to hit, not miss here, so let's hit this one. Why do I even... Let's take a look. Right. So we had 19 cards in our deck, right? And 4 misses. So we were just a bit over 25% to miss. No, this was definitely the correct play. It's just, of course, the classic. I don't know why, but my Hatchet cannot hit. Every single time we get almost all the negative modifiers on the top of Hatchet's deck. I very, very, very rarely even get like half of this deck. It's almost always like we'll get a couple positives because again we have basically no choice at this point. Get a couple positives, get a -1, a -2, and a miss in like the top 6 to 8 cards. I have no idea why, but this Hatchet is cursed. I've actually just come to dread attacking with Hatchet ever because of how. Oops, sorry, no, we don't actually get the damage yet. Because of how completely atrociously this character flips, and I have no idea why. It's just like this class is just cursed. I mean, this scenario we were literally cursed, but it's not even that. Like we haven't even drawn the curse as much, right? We just got 1 curse back, yeah. So we've actually drawn 1 single curse this entire scenario, right? More realistically, we've seen the miss modifier 3 times at this point. I mean, one of the times, fortunately, we were advantaged, so we actually got a hit, or we got a crit instead. But the miss was first. We've seen the miss modifier 3 times, and we've seen like our -1 twice, our -2 once, despite having flipped like 12 total cards or something like that. I don't know. I mean, we did just have really good flips last turn, but also like kind of when it didn't matter when we just killed the stuff anyway. So this class, I actually really have come to hate this class. It's just I hate it just because of the modifier deck. I don't know why. The modifier deck's not even bad. It's good and tight. It's cursed. It's the only explanation. I hate this class because it's cursed. It's that simple. All right. So speaking of curse, first I'm going to consume the dark to not get cursed myself and give them 2 curses. And then I'm going to create a new dark, and I'm going to poison. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense to try to kill this one. This will be an attack 5 with advantage. Yes, which should deal 2 damage. Then this should die to its wound before it gets to attack. Yeah, that makes sense. Killing a more higher health one is better. All right, so you take 2. Hatchet makes an attack 5 with advantage, targeting spirit number 4. Oh, I shouldn't have looked through the deck. I forgot it's Hatchet attacking. Whoops, that was my bad. That was my bad. Yep. I actually forgot that I forgot that we would be using Hatchet's deck again this round. That was a bit of a mistake there. All right. I mean, like, case in point, I mean, it's sort of my fault because I shuffled it, but it doesn't matter if I shuffle it or I don't shuffle it. It's always going to be the same. This deck is terrible. I don't know why. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. It's not actually a terrible deck. Like, every time, just look at what's left in the deck. All green. Every time. God damn it. I hate the Hatchet. I really hate this class. I think I hate the Hatchet more than the demo. All right, so this is an attack 5 with advantage where we do 4. So in the end, this takes only 1 damage. Yeah, I mean, it'll die to retaliate from the shield, but unfortunately, this does mean it gets to attack, which is not insignificant. God, unbelievable. So against this living spirit, we just this turn made an attack 7. No, sorry, an attack 6, followed by an attack 5 with advantage, and we did 1 total damage to it. With our character who's supposed to be the best at attacking. What a useless class. If the only thing you do is attack and you just cannot flip modifiers, you just are useless. Just straight up useless. Alright, Voidwarden's done. Living Spirits go. So, this attacks here with disadvantage. I mean, all of them attack here with disadvantage. So, what's going to happen each time? Because we only have 1 shield. We don't have any added shield at this point. We just have the 1 shield from this. And they attack at +1. I think it's going to be attacks for 5. Yeah, God, not killing one of these is so painful. So their attacks for 5 with disadvantage. Fortunately, we got a lot of curses in their deck, so let's hope that they're as bad at slipping as our Hatchet. So these are just going to maintain the same health pools, right? They go down 1 from the retaliate, but then they go back up 1, so I won't bother modifying their health pools. This one will actually take 1 from its wound before it goes, and then when it attacks, because the heal is actually an action after the, well, I guess you can't see it very well there, but the heal is a separate action after the attack. This one will actually die, because it'll go down to 1 from the wound, and when it attacks, it'll die to the retaliate. Again, they don't move away because we have disadvantage in all attacks targeting us this round. So this one dies. Favorite drops here. And then I just have to do 3 attack 5s with disadvantage targeting red guard. Please, some curses. No, not this crap again. God, I can't even. Give me a sec. I gotta blow my nose. You know what? I've had enough of this nonsense. This week, when I talked to Isaac, I'm insisting that this be changed for Frosthaven. If this has to happen to me all throughout my Frosthaven campaign, I'm just gonna lose it. This is one of the silliest interactions in the game, and it's crazy how often it actually comes up. Especially with a red guard, because you do give disadvantage a lot, right? Because you have the innate disadvantage here, and then you've got, I mean, I guess you don't really have model. No, well, I guess you do from the Sand Devil, but yeah. All right, that's cool. So again, this is actually a +1, even though this is a +0 and this is a +1. This is a +1 with disadvantage. Okay, so that's a 6. We have 1 shield, so we take 5. Yeah, this is not a good start. There we go. Of course, 2 together. And then the last one. All right, well, that's good at least. Thank God. Okay. End of the round. Well, that was a terrible round for us. I mean, like, this doing nothing, and we still just made no progress. Again, just because we missed all of our attacks. Or whiffed on all of our attacks. Completely useless Hatchet. God. What a terrible class. Hi, Gripeaway. Hey, Dwarf. Alright, so at this point we're doing now the plan to stun something. I mean, Hatchet probably wants to move here to pick up the favorite. It's a little bit annoying. Hatchet also wants to do a bottom heal. So I guess I should just really stun this early-ish. Easier said than done. Man, actually give and take would be good here. Filled with regret. I mean, we're just going to hope that this is early enough. This is early. This is before any of the really scary stuff from the bones, so I think this is fine. Sure, that's fine as well. All right, red guard's up first. So living spirits are just doing standard stuff. Oh, crap. Good catch. I did call myself Mr. Picture-in-Picture at the beginning of the scenario today, and I'm just proving why that is the case right now by being so good at this. Sorry, my bad. Thank you. Chat, don't forget to remind me of this. I'm really sorry that I don't do a very good job of this. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just depends how distracted I am. All right, well, we're not making many. Actually, we could be. So if we use this is actually just an execute on one of these when we attack it. Okay. The timing of when this damage is dealt also matters once again. But yeah, all right. I think it makes sense to actually use. Oh wait, no, hold up. We've actually got the Sand Devil that goes here. So like that. God, I love the Sand Devil. Actually, no, it makes more sense for it to finish here because then we could potentially make it to this Living Bones next turn. All right. No, so I don't need to consume it for that. So let's start by just using Strangling Chain as an attack 3. We'll target number 5 here. Naturally, but that's fine. So this one's strangled now. Anytime it gets attacked, it suffers 1 damage. Okay. And then I'm going to do a move, consuming fire, gaining 1 experience, giving myself some shield. Shield doesn't matter too much. We can retrieval it from there even if we go on top of this coin, so I think that's fine. I kind of like just getting the coin. You know, because money. Oh no, but then the Sand Devil would hurt me. I don't want to get hurt by the Sand Devil while long rest next turn. So instead, let's just go to like here. This is fine. I mean, there's not actually even really better than just staying here. All right, let's just stay here and give ourselves 1 shield. Easy. Okay, Living Bones goes, has another shield, heals himself for some more. Boop. Hatchet's up next, so I'm going to use Follow Through to attack this one here. Okay, let's draw a curse now. Oh. But for real though, I'm like, all right, so it doesn't matter here because we're attacking with Follow Through, but I'm not crazy, am I? This Hatchet just cannot flip a modifier. Like, drawing a curse here, I mean, like, I'm fine with this because ultimately it doesn't matter. Drawing a curse would have been great, but what's incredible is that the miss is just back on top of our deck. God. All right, anyway, this is dead, fortunately, because of Strangling Chain. At least the red guard can deal damage. Completely useless class. All right, and then I do a heal 3. I should have done this in the other order because I didn't want to gain an experience, but, well, too late now. Heal you for 3. And you're strengthened. Did I give myself the experience? Hold up. I think I did. No, I did not. All right. All right, Voidwarden's up next. So I'm going to consume the dark and recreate the dark. So we just have the dark. I'm going to stun you. And then I'm going to attack this Sand Devil here. I mean, it will die to the retaliate, but I wouldn't mind. Sorry, not the Sand Devil. It'll die to getting retaliate against the 1 shield here, but I wouldn't mind killing it and just not having to take the damage. And if I don't kill it, I mean, we get a curse. It's more or less the same. Attacking this with disadvantage. I guess the argument for attacking this with disadvantage is we're likely to get some curses out of our deck, and this will actually just die anyway, and then we get to long rest. The damage isn't too significant. We'll also have the chance to do the heal for self while we move to the next room. All right, actually, no, I've convinced myself. Let's just attack this bones here. Oh my god. So we would have killed the living spirit, and instead of flipping a curse, which was like the upside, because we have a bunch of curses in our deck, right? The upside of trying to flip a curse by making a disadvantage attack, no, instead we just flip a miss. God. Today is not my day. Alright, so we deal 0 damage. Living Spirit goes. So Living Spirit's muddled, so it doesn't move away, because it can't lose disadvantage. It attacks for +0, so this makes an attack 4. No. I can't even. Like, hmm? 1 card off the top. Hmm? 2 cards off the top. Hmm? 2 cards off the top. Also, just to be clear, this was our top 2 cards last time as well, and this was their top 2 cards last time as well. Additionally, this is the second time back-to-back that we have the same stupid interaction, where instead of getting a +0, we're actually going to get a +2 on a disadvantaged attack. A +2 on a disadvantaged attack against someone who has a helmet. This is literally the worst possible thing that can happen. You cannot take more damage than this. I hate this interaction so much. I really, really hate this interaction. All right, +2 on attack 4. So we take 6. Except not 6, we have 1 shield. So we take 5. Fun. And this takes 1 and dies to its retaliate. I have angered RNGs. I mean, RNGs has been all over my ass today. Holy shit. Like, I can't even. Oh, we should actually have fire again. Sorry, I forgot that Flame Shroud recreates fire. Not that it matters. We're long resting. Hatchet is crying under his fancy hat. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, long rest, long rest. So we have some elements. Let's go make some attacks. I guess I'd rather give a curse than making an attack 2 into something with 1 shield. Giving a curse I think is more valuable. So let's play these 2 cards. It's done, so I don't have to worry about what it's doing here. Alright, I'm going to gain 1 experience. I'm consuming the old dark, giving them a curse, and then getting a new dark. So boom, boom. Curse for you. And I get to gift an attack to Hatchet. I consume the wind, doesn't matter which element I consume here, to make this an attack 5 with advantage performed by Hatchet, targeting the bones. That's actually very good. I was expecting to miss in the top 2 again. Alright, so 5 plus 1 is 6, has 1 shield, so it takes 5 damage, and gets poisoned. Is there a suitable location to paint yourself in mud and dance around a bonfire in Ferris? If not, I'm afraid you're shit out of luck. No kidding. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Let's just move up like this. Again, I don't want to go there. I would like to get this coin, but the Sand Devil pathing here makes too much sense, so I don't want to interrupt the Sand Devil. Alright, so this goes, loses its sun, and both of them get their long rests. I was supposed to have done something differently because I had strengthen. Yeah, I probably was, but oh well. Heal 2, heal 2. I would have actually used my boots on the... I mean, it actually doesn't matter. Using the boots isn't more helpful. No. I mean, because I'm going to long rest here, but... Do I even need to long rest here? I probably can, while my allies just take care of this nonsense. Yeah. I mean, let's see. There's a world in which we maybe don't long rest. So Red Guard is running low on cards. So Red Guard has how many turns left? We should pay attention. So when you get to 6, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 1 from a stamina potion, so 10. So you have 10 turns left on Red Guard. And it's going to take us 2 to 3 turns even to make it here, so we have like 5 to 7 turns in the last room, depending on various things. Alright. And here the annoying thing is that... Oh, sorry, the Sand Devil should have moved during the long rest. So this should be down to 4 and muddled. I definitely do want the Sand Devil going back to help with this a little bit. I think this makes sense. Plus, it can start wheeling this on over here. Okay, I think the thing that probably makes the most sense for the Red Guard to do here is actually just to disarm it and start moving towards the next room. And then we can maybe even just finish it with the Sand Devil while not having to really go back for it. And so Hatchet, all right, did we refresh all our spent items? We did not. It's one of the selling points, the long rest. Yeah. All right. So I still have to choose a card to lose here, though, on both these characters. So those cards make sense. This is actually pretty good in the last room because there's going to be Living Spirits again. I kind of want both of these things. I really want this. I need this one going to the next room. I mean, like, I literally want every single one of these cards. This is actually the card I want the least, but it's also very good right here. I guess it's maybe just this that has to go then. Yeah. I'm not sure how many Living Spirits in the last room. I think there are 3, but I think this is probably what has to go. This is just better against them. This is better against them. I just need some bottom shield since I have shield spikes up, and I really want this. I don't need this in the long term, but I do want this as I run towards the next room. I mean, I guess we could just take the heal 6 from the Voidwarden as being enough and get rid of that instead. But this just makes too much sense next turn, unless we're opening the door next turn. I mean, I guess we could open the door next turn. Let's see, we do jump this turn 1, 2, 3, 4. We do like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of risky. But it does draw the enemies back towards us and this. We'd be abandoning the chest in the last room if we do this, but I don't even remember how important that chest is. But that, if we do that next turn, this also makes sense. Yeah, let's just get rid of this. I don't like it, but... Alright, as for here, I want this, I want this. Yeah, now we can get rid of follow through. Okay. So we want to go there with retrieval and make an attack on this thing. Presumably a rather crappy attack. Kind of one of our worst. I guess these are probably better than this for now. So yeah, it's like this and this. Sure. Oh, but I guess at the same time, if we disarm this thing, it's getting transported. It's going to be here. Yeah, that also works. We just go here and then yep. So yeah, we just yep. All right, red guard's up. So I'm going to create fire, ice, and dark all this turn. I'm going to do an attack to, well, sorry. First, I'm going to have the Sand Devil transport you to here. Sure, just leave it like that. Gotta love the Sand Devil. What are you doing? Yeah, nothing special. Okay, and then I'm going to attack you for disarm. Hope to draw a curse here. No, of course not. Okay, so that's 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 from the poison is 5, so this actually just kills you. Hilarious. Yeah, I'll put the coins on the bottom, the Sand Devil on top, actually. Hatchet's like, coins? Time to boots up this retrieval. All right, and then we're going to do move 4. We're going to use, speaking of boots, our jump boots here to go a bit further. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. All right. And then Hatchet goes, going to boots up our retrieval, so we're going to use boots plus the retrieval here to go 2. 1, 2. Where was this coin from? Was this a coin that we were supposed to have picked up from here? Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. So there were 6 enemies in this room. This coin was definitely picked up by someone. Oh, was it Redguard, I think? That I just probably set it aside when Redguard maybe went here or something? Let's see. 2 enemies died here. This coin is someone's. I don't know whose coin it is, though. I guess I'll flip a coin at the end of if no one can tell me whose coin this is by the end of the scenario, I'll just flip a coin, and I know it's one of these two's. Alright. We get the favorite back, and we also get a stack of 4 coins. I think I did get a second coin on Redguard. I think it is probably Redguard's, but I'm not 100%. I would prefer it to be Redguard, so I don't want to do what I would prefer inherently, unless that was actually what was correct. Alright. Here you get a long rest. We get to choose the card to lose. Just want damage at this point more than anything else, I think. But also, I'm like, this is just good initiative. This is good initiative movement. I just want every single one of these cards. Every single one of these cards is very good. Yes, I took the new favorite, Dwarf. Which I have been using and regretting using a little bit. I think because we have Burn Away the Dark in the party, I think I should just be using the regular favorite and trying to go for win more. If I didn't have Burn Away the Dark, I think the new favorite would be great. Instead, the bottom is probably just better. Okay. Man, like, I just can't lose any of these cards. Maybe Gift. No, it's insane. Maybe it's just stun. I mean, I guess, yeah. Maybe it's just stun. At this point, like I said, what I want is damage more than mitigation. And, like, this is also mitigation, but this is also a big loss attack, which is actually very good in the last room. So that's why I think I'm going to keep this over that. The rest of these things are just all either ways of dealing damage or just initiative with movement, which I also really need. Okay, so our plan here is to open the door with Hatchet, or with Redguard, sorry. And we need to certainly do a move forward when we do that to get as far back as possible, so we're doing this and this. This makes sense, which gives us these two things the following turn. Yeah. We don't have our fire here, which is a little bit of a shame, but... I mean, we won't have fire for this. I mean, we still have a potion for it, though, so that's okay. Alright, moving with something like this is fine. Saving for the combo, but also saving this. Honestly, just playing this is the least useful card we have. Alright. So we just move 3 to here. We'll move the Sand Devil to here so people can actually pass. So if we move 3 to there, this turn we want 1, 2... This is a bit annoying, because 3 gets us there. Do we have our boots? We do. So I guess I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Resigned Frenzy. And then try to do a Gift of the Void attack. Or I could even set up Stand Fast. No. Yeah, the enemies won't be within range 3 of this there. We can try to Gift of the Void. There's a chance we'll get to attack something with it. I mean, we get the late initiative, which is what we want. There's a chance it works. An enemy would have to come to here or here, but that could be the case. I think Dwarf was just trolling Wayne. At least I assume, and if not, then I should have answered more seriously, and I apologize. All right, I'm going to do a move forward with Strangling Chain. 1, 2 to the door. So 3 spirits. Yeah, so losing the shield card kind of sucks. I really wanted you to do like a big move, but I guess actually all their big moves they'd already drawn. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. All right, well, I mean, we'll still be drawing the enemies up, and then I'm just going to heal myself for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and gain an experience. Still 5 more experience to go. It's possible. It is possible. All right, Hatchet's up next, so we're going to move 3. 1, 2, 3, heal ourselves for 1, and create Earth. And do nothing with the top of Rift from the Flesh. Which, there's never been a more appropriate statement than that. Okay. So now the living spirits go. So again, it's 5 and 4 range respectively, with 4 and 3 movement except -1. So 4 range gets us to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 range, or no, 5 range, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us to there. 4 range with 2 movement though. So I don't think either of these can get in range here, can they? 1, 2, 1, 2. This is technically 4 range, but it's not line of sight. So yeah, neither of these can get in range. This one can. And will. Okay, that's fine. So I don't have a choice to use this. I'd rather save my other shield things for when I'm actually adjacent to do retaliate damage with shield spikes. Oh, I also forgot to move the Sand Devil. So last turn the Sand Devil was supposed to be moved here, and this turn... Oh no, this turn it was supposed to be moved here, yeah. You probably know already, but just in case, you can disable the card flip on the play area. The card flip... Which thing would that be? Sorry, I don't completely understand. What I could disable? Like, you mean not needing these things to be flipped over? Oh. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I could just be doing that so that I don't have to flip them all each time. I don't know. It gives a sort of... Yeah, that's fair. I could theoretically do that. I find it interesting to do it like this, though. It sort of shows me when I'm actually ready and kind of gives the viewer a visual cue for starting the round. It doesn't cost me much to flip them either. But fair point. Thank you for the suggestion. It's not... I didn't actually know that I could do that, but I'm not sure that it's so important to me to do. All right. Sorry. No stitches. So this was an attack 4 because of -1. We get 1 innate shield, or 1 shield from our chainmail, so we take 3. Sorry, or hide armor. All right, back. Sorry, just had to sneeze and that's blow my nose. It does give it a dramatic fare. Oh, also, Mr. Picture in Picture. How about this one? Look at this. I will move it up like this probably. Boom. Looks good for now, and then we can zoom in a little bit more later. All right. So we took our damage on that attack. The corpses go. They suffer 1. All right, so there is a chest that I want to get in this room, right? And then the Voidwarden goes, and we have a move 4 plus boots to get a total of move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sadly, don't get to hit anything. But that's okay. I was supposed to use a... Yeah, that was after them, right? Yeah, they went before the hatchet last turn. Yes, I was supposed to use a mana potion to create fire, right? I have enough movement with 1, 2. Do I actually? No, I actually don't. Okay. Then I was not supposed to use a potion to create fire there. I'm going to play these 2 cards, though. Probably a later initiative is better here. I'm not sure that changes much, though. As for us, it's probably like this and this here. Also, later initiative is better. And as for us... So, there's only Earth. If both of them have moved up, we could do the loss here? Yeah, this is line of sight to there. Just sort of kill 2 enemies, but I don't know what the situation is going to be exactly. Exactly, V-Tone. Sorry, I forget for VODs, I should always read. V-Tone said, Hatchet is eyeing that gold. I mean, a strategic way to use the favorite. Yeah, precisely. Precisely. I wouldn't even have late initiative for this to work. I think I'm just going to do something like this and hope that I can Wicked Scratch someone. The range attack here is just pretty crappy against these enemies. Hopefully we can get adjacent to someone. I think there's a decent chance of that, though. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we go last. That's nice. Alright, so standard stuff, yes. Okay. So with Redguard, what do we actually want to do then? Well, first we want to move this up, not through our allies. So corpses are going to have 2 movement each. So there's no real reason to go up there. If anything, I just like drawing the... I mean, I guess Wicked Scratch isn't going to do the thing then. Huh. It's a bit of a annoyance simply because I'm going to want fire, but I also might just want to create ice here so that I can do something with this. But I don't think it makes sense to just run up suicidally. I think I'm actually just going to step back to here with this, shield myself, and I guess I'm going to step back to here, though, because I want to give this a path to go through. And strengthen myself and lose the muddle. And then do nothing with the top of Burning Away the Dark. Yeah, this will draw the enemies up a little bit more, which is still helpful. If I move back further, then it's Voidwarden getting hit, which I don't like. Okay, so we just go to there, and that's all we've got. So the Living Spirits go. So this one will go to here. This one will go to here. And then this, because it's 4 range, right? I can get in the habit of looking here. Yeah, 4 range. And so then this one can go to here or here. It's our choice, and I'd rather have this go here. Yeah, then we can do some better stuff. Okay, so all these will attack the red guards. So it's an attack 5, and then 2 attack 4s. We have 1 and 8 shield. So the 5, I don't have a choice but to use this. So that's 3. So this is also a 3. And this is also a 3. And I'll keep saving the shield for now. Shield will always give me 1 life, and it can theoretically give me 1 retaliate as well. Alright, so now I'm going to do a move through center mass here. Like so. Yep. Okay. I'm going to use this to create ice. I think this is what I want to be doing here. Actually, no, because I moved next to the thing. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I'm going to use this to create... Do I even need to create fire anymore? I mean, let's see what we do first. Let's do things in the correct order. Iron Helm, Best Helm, yes. Looking forward to digital having it very, very soon. All right, so I go there. There's no reason to push. I actually want the enemy next to me. I'm going to use the top of Ricochet, which is attack 3, range 3, and then I get to make another attack on something within range 2 of that. I'm going to use the Eagle Eye Goggles here to have advantage on all these attacks, and I'm going to use Piercing Bow. During your ranged attack, ignore all shield values for the entire attack action. Okay, so boom, boom. I'm going to throw the new favorite targeting the elite, and then I'm going to have the second thing hitting here. So here we have an attack 6 wound, the push I don't care about, and then here we have an attack 3, both of these with advantage, and both of them ignoring all shield values. Piercing Bow. Oh God. For a second I was really worried that I was going to miss on the elite, which would have been catastrophic. I added an... Yeah, it's because of French. Don't worry about it. Sorry. So 7 damage here. Oops. Kill this one. And then on the other. Okay, so here we only do 3 damage, leaving us at 1. And the favorite is here. Okay. So we're done. Or are we? No. I've got a stamina potion to use here. I'm just going to get back Ricochet because I've got Fancy Hat for next turn, which just works out perfectly, and I gain a turn by getting it back here. So perfect. Okay, so the Living Corpses go. They're doing standard turns. Move to, which means to here, and to here. Okay, so then the Voidwarden's up. So on the Voidwarden, I'm going to use the bottom suggestion simply as a move 3. I'm just going to go to here, I think, to give this a path to go through. At the same time, I guess I don't really care too much if it goes through me and does 1 damage to me and mubbles me. I think I would actually rather go to here just to be further up. I guess this is going to make things more difficult for the red guard, though. Although the red guard's next plan is actually just to go get us that chest, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in 2 turns. But I guess it does make the next turn worse for the red guard. Sure, I'll just go to here then. So I'll just move there at the bottom of suggestion. I'll use the top of Wicked Scratch, generating 1 experience. Creating Dark, I'll use Master Influence to consume the earth. So I'm granting Hatchet and attack 5 with advantage here. Okay. I mean, this time we actually drew through a number of cards, and we got reasonable modifiers, right? Ish. It's funny that, to me, this is like reasonable modifiers for this deck, but that kind of shows how poor, like, how low the bar has been set by Hatchet. Anyway, so that's an attack 5 here. It has 3 shields, so it takes 2 damage, but conveniently is stunned, which is nice. And that's that. Okay, so we're going to do these 2 things as early as we can. We're going to short rest here. Do I need to short rest? I could long rest. I mean, so my goal is to make a 2-turn plan to go get that. I don't have any loot actions. Hatchet does, so Hatchet can probably come in here and to get some gold. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, the +1 movement boots. Like, I've used the jump boots once this scenario. It's insane how much worse the jump boots are than the +1 movement boots. It's not even that the jump boots are that bad. The +1, I mean, no, actually they're pretty mediocre. Even after being buffed, they're like fine. +1 movement boots are just so good though. Like so many times every scenario, you just wish you had them. I mean, what do we actually do this turn if we short rest? I don't know, move up here and make some attacks. It's not the worst thing ever. Yeah, we actually do get to wound all these enemies, which is pretty good, with Hatchet going before us. Sure, let's short rest. Sure. It's fine to lose. There weren't any special rules or anything that I missed since the initial curses. Nope, just wanted to make sure. Alright, so I want this for next turn, and I can't go this early. I guess I'm just doing this plus this here then. Because I need to go after the 12 from the Hatchet, so the Hatchet can create fire for me, and just, I mean, gives me 1 shield and will re-strengthen me, not that that matters much. And then next turn I just do this, plus who knows what. Alright, that works. I guess I'm not going to get my check mark, though. But that's also not the biggest deal in the world. Okay, this and this. I guess I don't really want to be killing everything in the room, huh? Yeah, we don't kill everything in the room. I mean, I guess the top loss is just kind of wasted because these two will be dead, and this one won't necessarily be in range of anyone. Meh. I guess we can make sure that it's in range of someone. Easy. Easy! Alright. Not make sure, because they could have gone 91, but... Alright, Hatchet's up. I'm going to use the bottom of Fancy Hat, add +1 to all my attacks this round. I'm going to use the top of Ricochet, so this is 2 attack 4s. So this is always going to die. I mean, actually, both of these are always just dead 100% to the red guard. So yeah, I'm going to attack this corpse and then this corpse with Ricochet. Both of these as attack 4s. Okay, 7. Of course. Putting you down to 6. And -2, so just a 2. Okay, and I'm going to use my potion. Oh, I did use it. I flipped this over before, but I didn't end up using it. It was that time that I thought I needed to create ice, and then I thought I needed to create fire, and then I kept creating neither. It actually wasn't used, but I did accidentally forget to unflip it. So I create fire here. Alright, red guard's up next. I'm going to do a move to shield, strengthen myself again, and then I'm going to use the top of Burn Away the Dark, consuming fire, gaining 1 experience, and making an attack 1 wound, targeting everything within range 2. So here, here, and here. This is, unfortunately, it's not ambiguous. I don't. Oh, I guess it's plus. Yeah, no, sorry. A +2 on a 1 is still just 3, no damage. I don't want to kill this one. It's actually pretty. I didn't want to deal any damage to it, but it doesn't, so that's fine. All right, and then here. Okay, so still no damage, and then here. Okay, so we do 2 damage here. Sure. Killing this one would be bad because then this would move up. All right, the living spirits go. This one dies to wound. This one takes 1 damage from its wound, loses its stun, so it dies next turn. Corpses go. This one takes 1 damage from its wound, and this one can't find focus, so it doesn't move up. So I guess we won't have the targets, will we? Will we? Alright, well, Voidwarden's up. I mean, I can just gain experience. I guess I don't need to gain experience that badly, though. Huh? Sure. I mean, whatever. Let's start with doing Stand Fast. Let's do Stand Fast. Let's have Hatchet make an attack on this corpse here. Consume the dark for this. Okay, so we'll take the +2. So this is attack for 1,000,000. This thing's dead. And we'll just do nothing with the top here. I mean, I guess using the top now does let us move into the room, which is not bad. Like, it makes it easier for us to go pick up coins, so sure. I guess that's an upside. All right. I'll gain 2 experience, and I'll use this. 2 allies within range 2 may each suffer 2 damage. Each ally who does may perform attack 6 range 3. I will have them both suffer the damage. It doesn't really matter too much if you're 4 or 2, I think, here. Having them both suffer the damage just gives us a better chance to make sure we kill this. I'll do Hatchet first. This is advantage. Oh, I only get to choose one of them to be advantage, whereas the other one doesn't, right? Because on the first attack performed in each of your attack granting actions. Yeah, so only one of them gets advantage. So I'll have Hatchet get advantage, which means... Oh yeah, because we already have advantage here. So neither advantage nor disadvantage. All right, well, that one kills. So red guard suffer 2 damage for nothing, but not a big deal. This is lost. This is discarded. Discarded, discarded. That's the end of the round. All right. This gets me to the coin. This I don't really know. Here's short rest for sure. Nope, that's actually the card I want most of all my cards. Sure. No, I have some cards to play here. All right, we'll play our cards. All right, so where are all the coins? Yeah. So a loot here. We'll just make our way slowly but surely. I mean, someone actually does have to take care of that, but that is no longer our job. I don't know. So play this like this. Then if this moves up, I can at least hit it first. Sure. So I also want to go late here. Oh, that's not so easy. I guess we're not going so late here. All right, I'm just going to move a bit. I could do this. How much experience have I gained thus far? I don't mind gaining a little more experience on Hatchet 4. I do need to make sure that I do kill that thing, but yeah, actually doing this plus this is fine here. So let's just go later. There's a chance it moves up, so the red guard can actually hit it. So similarly, let's do a little bit later here. No, no such luck. All right, so Voidwarden's up at 38. I'm going to do a heal 6 here, giving them a bless, gaining 1 experience. And then I'm going to do this, gaining 1 experience, so we can move 4. Oh, sorry, I forgot to move this on Rudyard's turn, but whatever, that's fine. Whatever, we'll just leave it there. It's too late now. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Love to occasionally get gold on this class, so that's nice. This remains there. We're here. Coin for me. This is lost. Force 1 adjacent enemy to perform move 3 with you controlling the action. The enemy gains immobilized. Sure. Put you to... Oh, I guess if we go here, then Hatchet doesn't get to do the thing Hatchet wants to do. So where do I actually want to put you? I guess here, because that's where the red guard's going. Sure. So I'll put you there, and you're immobilized. Works out well, actually. All right, then Hatchet's going to do... This is a loss, gaining 1 experience. Move 3, shield to self. That doesn't really matter. I think I want to grab from here now. Yeah, I'll get these, and then next we'll go to like here and get these. Yeah. All right, just moving to there is a loss, and then we just use the bottom retrieval as a move 1, loot 1, and we loot all of these things, including our favorite. As if anyone could ever doubt Hatchet's looting prowess. So we have the favorite back. And our stacks of coins just keep piling up. Strategic. Yes, this was a very strategic loss for sure. Strategic use of the favorite, sorry. All right, Living Corpse goes, is immobilized, does nothing. And then here we go, we gain an experience. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the chest. All right, I'll spoil the chest in just a second. Well, I guess I should spoil it now. All right, fair warnings to everyone, we're spoiling chest number 50. Chest number 50, I'll move this up as well. Chest number 50 is about to be spoiled. I repeat, chest number 50. We are spoiling chest number 50. All right, here we go. Chest number 50. It is... Oh, it's the second skin. Interesting. But that's not so good here, is it? Now we have only 1 -1 left in this deck. I mean, certainly we wouldn't want it here. We have only 1 -1 left in this deck. And here, yeah, we have 2 remove 2 -1. So yeah, we're never using this. So we got some gold. All right, so the item number is 101. Give me a second. Let me just do this so that I can grab that item out. And 101. Oh, all right. The number doesn't work, but the name does. Okay. So this is the item we get. Remove 2 -1s from your attack modifier deck. Does TTS have a rip up card animation? I don't believe it does, no. So yeah, the Voidwarden maybe is an interesting question, but it just doesn't really make sense. This is a good perk here, and this is also a good perk. So it's not like, I mean, first of all, we can't undo a perk at this point. Even if we could, I'm not sure I'd want to undo this. I mean, maybe if I could undo this perk, I would consider putting it on the Voidwarden, but I don't think getting rid of a single -1 is better than having an Invis Cloak or just having a Cloak of Pockets once I have more items. I mean, once I have more gold to buy more small items, right? I don't think a single -1 is really worth that. It's a pretty small gain. So removing 2 -1s from your deck, I mean, it's difficult to quantify completely because there's added effects, but removing 2 -1s from your deck mathematically, in terms of damage, increases your damage per attack by 0.11, 0.11 per attack, right? Is removing 2 -1s. So, like, we would need to make a lot of attack flips with the Voidwarden for that to equate even like 2 or 3 damage in a scenario, which we really just don't. And even if it was 2 or 3 damage, that's still not better than basically like, you know, an Invis Cloak or another small item, stuff like that. So, and that would be if we got rid of 2 -1s, then we wouldn't have one of these perks. Just, really just never worth it in this party. But again, it's just 15 gold. Yep. And then we play Strangling Chain as an attack 3 on the corpse. Naturally. Naturally. And then I'll just use my stamina potion to get something back here. But what? Probably just Strangling Chain again. Seems fine. Give him a little Strangling. So he's already immobilized, but yeah, well. Oh no, we had advantage. We had advantage. Okay, yes, we got 2 damage. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. So we'll do these things. We'll do this and this. We'll short rest. I don't have dark anyway. There, loot these. Voidwarden goes here, Redguard goes there. Sure. Looks good. I like this though, I think we'll keep it. Pay 1. Sure. Alright. It would probably be good for us to actually hit that enemy, huh? Not so easy though here, is it? No, we don't have our boots. If we go there, we can gift an attack there, but Redguard doesn't want to stay next to it, so it doesn't look like we can actually make an attack here. And we can control the thing, but not really do anything effective with that. Yeah. What if I set myself up to get a bit of loot? 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, maybe? And then I can actually loot 2 things next turn? What if we just let the Redguard get hit so that we could do that? It doesn't work. It does not work. I mean, I do kind of need to damage this thing a little bit, right? If I just do... I guess I can just use Gift of the Void to damage it then, huh? If I do something like this... So if I do a move 4 then, Redguard goes to here after attacking, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Hatchet loots here, and then I can still use Gift of the Void to attack it. Sure. There's a risk that I kill it here, but I don't want to milk it too much. Alright. Redguard goes. We're going to use Strangling Chain. We attack it for 3. Plus 2 and fire, so 5. And generate fire. Alright, Hatchet's up. Do move 3. Heal myself for 1. Create Earth. Do a top loot 1. Voidwarden goes. Gonna do a move. Well. Yeah, gonna do a move 4. Oh, sorry, I forgot to move with Hatchet. Afterwards, Hatchet moves and creates fire. Going to here. Alright, on Voidwarden, I'm going to do a move 4. I'm actually not going to kill it this turn. It's immobilized anyway. And I would really like this opportunity to get a little more money on Voidwarden. Voidwarden's typically so poor, it's so nice to get some gold. So I'm just going to go there and not use Gift of the Void this turn. Well, actually, I can use Gift of the Void, right? I'll just do Poison range 3, and then I will just not have the ally perform the thing. No reason not to poison it. And Great Dark. It's actually the first time I've ever done Gift of the Void without the gifted attack, but technically is possible. Alright, there we go. Now we can put an end to this thing. Sure, I'll put like these cards. Maybe short rest. Sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to go a little bit quickly here. Where did that card go now? Come on, DTS. This is what happens when you try to go too fast. Alright, where did the card go? Up here, naturally. Oh, because I put it through that. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. This is actually fine. Alright, here we go. Voidwarden. I'm just going to do a heal on the red guard. Gain a little more experience. I do love Voidwarden experience. Oops, no, less goes here. And I'm just going to do the bottom of this as a default move to here. Yay, coins. Got 4 coins on the Voidwarden. Crazy. Never happens. Had to milk it a little bit. Alright, gonna gain 1 experience here on bottom. Great Wind. Make an attack 5. I'll use the new favorite, so it's an attack for 1,000,000. Naturally. Alright, well he's wounded. Okay, and then I'll make an attack with Center Mass. Alright, he's dead. And then the red guard goes, and we can consume the fire. Gain 1 experience. We were close, didn't quite make it to the battle goal, sadly. And gain a shield, and just move on to the coin. But we did get all the gold, and that's always nice. I could have tried a little bit harder to milk experience on the red guard, but it was difficult since we lost this earlier. Just kind of our best way of milking experience. Alright. Well, that was a pretty easy win. A tough start, and then after that, pretty easy. We also forgot to use the Sand Devil about 1,000,000 times here, but it wasn't super challenging, so it wasn't very important. So it wasn't very representative sampling of what the Sand Devil would do, but the last room was also just kind of trivialized by having the Piercing Bow, right? Because the really hard part about that room was all those living spirits, specifically the Elite, which is really a tough cookie to crack, but tough nut to crack. But the Piercing Bow just kind of made it way too easy. No worries. Alright. Oh crap, I don't need to be... Yeah, it does all the stuff automatically, right? Yeah, let's just put the people back on the board so it does the things correctly. Alright. Yeah, so I mean the scenario level is correct, so when I click, so I can go and get rid of this, game setup, scenario 1. And our reward for this is also 5 gold each, and we unlock a scenario that we already have, which is actually the next scenario we're going to do. Yep. There we go. I have a work keyboard and a personal one side by side, and keep getting them mixed up. Like Voidward and what? Nice. Well, sorry that you keep getting them mixed up, but that is funny. Alright, so both these battle goals were failed, but this battle goal was succeeded. So we get 2 check marks on Hatchet and no other check marks. Okay, just do any post-scenario stuff, and then we'll cut the VOD, and we'll work on getting into the next scenario, which will be scenario number 8. Alright, there we go. So, did we gain any levels? 306? No. 276? Yes, we got level 6. Nice. And here we're ways from level 6. Alright, so again, 2 check marks here. Okay. And no other check marks, we get a level here. So let's do this first. We get another perk here. So it's 1 more +1 into +3s. I mean, I guess maybe I should just be adding these two at +2 wins at this point. Simply because just having more modifiers in my deck almost seems good on Hatchet these days to decrease the chance of drawing all these stupid negatives all the time. But I know that's not actually right. Well, maybe it is, because it's possible I think we're going to give the new favorite one more try for one more scenario. And then after that, if it continues to disappoint, we'll just... we'll go and start playing with the favorite again and use the new favorite for a bottom, which I think is a very reasonable choice, but I'd like to give the new favorite one more chance. Again, it's not that the new favorite is bad, it's simply just that we have Burn Away the Dark, so everything already has wound. Hold on 1 second. Jessica, it's the door. Sorry. Just 1 second, sorry. Crap, I should just off the VOD. Well, hold on. Sorry about that, VOD people. I hate doing stuff like this at the end, but yeah, it was just supposed to have a delivery. And all right, so we get to level up on the red guard now. I only knew favorite for its bottom. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I feel like people underrate the upgrade of it, but again, it's just burn away the dark, which is ruining the new favorite basically. Because again, the wound on the new favorite does add 1 to 2 damage pretty consistently. I mean, it should theoretically always be 1 damage, and a lot of time it is going to be 2 damage. Getting 2 extra damage every other turn, more or less, is a pretty big game. But I don't know. At the end of the day, with Burn Away the Dark in the party, we just have Wound everywhere, so the Wound just is pointless, and the push obviously doesn't do much. So Burn Away the Dark is ruining that card. All right. So what are we taking here? I wonder. So in general, I recommended doing this, and then these. I'm kind of liking random elements. I guess let's look at our level 6 cards first. That actually makes more sense. All right. So what do we have at level 6 here? We have Fierce Brilliance. The next 4 times an enemy enters a hex adjacent to you, the enemy gains disarm. That is a powerful loss, right? That's 8 instances of disarm, essentially. I mean, 8 turns of disarm for a loss. That is very powerful. I like that. Not going to use that because we've already got too many losses to play, but I like it. And we have move 2. All adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage. Whew. Whew. All right. On the other hand, we have Flying Sickle, which is attack 5, range 4, pull 3. I mean, it's attack 5. Honestly, I shouldn't I don't know this. 91 initiative. We appreciate having late initiative. Attack 5, range 4 is just good. The wind is pointless. The pull is mostly pointless. But then on bottom, attack 2, move 2. If we consume light, attack 2. Whew, God, red card level ups. I love this class. That is really difficult. That is really difficult. I mean, this card has 2 halves. This card has just 1 half, but this half is so good. Like, 2 direct damage on your move is actually just incredible. My biggest issue is just not having movement boots. Like, I feel like you just have to have movement boots for this. Accordingly, I think I'm gonna be kind of damn. That is really hard. I don't know. Chat, what would you take? I think I'm gonna take this, but maybe I regret this. I don't. I mean, a bunch of attack 2s isn't really where I want to be, and on bottom, especially bottom attacks are just already kind of hard to use. Although I was already looking for more non-move bottoms. This just gives me something that can always be used. Sort of like, how to put this. I don't care really at all about this loss, even though this loss is also very good, just because I already have Shield Spikes, which I'm playing around, and the Sand Devil, which is amazing. It feels like this is the best action, and then these are like 2 and 3, I guess probably in that order, and then this is kind of 4. Although it's not really 4, it's just more like the one that I care the least about. So I could get a card that's more flexible and gives me theoretically a better initiative. 91 is probably better than 22. It's certainly better than 22 actually. Um, this action is just so incredibly strong. You're leaning toward Flying Sickle, huh? All right. I guess the good thing about taking Flying Sickle is we don't need to swap our boots around. If I were to take Fierce Brilliance, what I would do here is I would actually I would sell these shitty boots, and I would have Voidwarden get rid of the Weathered boots, pass the Weathered boots over to the Red Guard, and or buy the Weathered boots on the Red Guard, and I would just have the Voidwarden pick up the Initiative boots, the Boots of Speed, which are also good and honestly quite fine on the Voidwarden. But if we take this, we don't have to do that. I vote Flying. Not sure, to be honest. Wind good for Hatchet and Voidwarden at least. That's true. I mean, Hatchet doesn't really care about wind, although, again, it's very possible that we're going to start caring about wind a lot more, as it looks like there's a chance we're going to move away from using the new favorite and go to using the favorite, in which case we're going to be using the bottom for wind, in which case our wind cards get better. All right, let's take Flying Sickle. Man, 2 direct damage, though. 2 direct damage. 2 is just so much more than 1. It's insane. All right, you go with all the old cards we didn't take on level up, and you get added. Man, Red Guard level up is just great. I love this class. Love this class. All right, and so now we get our check mark. So this did make us want Sun theoretically a little bit more. I don't know. I'm mostly looking to use this for the top more than the bottom, but I guess this card also makes Immobilize a bit better though. Yeah, I think I want to do this still. I still like this. This is a lot of. I mean, more than anything, it just gets a 0 out of our deck, which is great. Like, our deck is about to be all positives except for this 1/-1. Almost. Just cutting a 0 from our deck when our deck is already so good is really nice. And honestly, the Immobilize is not bad because of... I mean, alright, so we now have a range 4 attack. We're not going to have this anymore. But so not only do we have a range 4 attack, we also have... I mean, this, the Immobilize doesn't do too much, but this, right? So, like, these are 2 attacks that we're going to be doing quite frequently at this point, and flipping Immobilize on either of these is very good. So, yeah, I think this makes sense. And just, again, flipping a 1 instead of a 0. I think I won't take this, though. This is just so... Like, everything's already always wounded, so this is just not worth it. This is just a 0 into a +1. I find this to be a really bad upgrade. And at this point, I think I'll probably start going into the +1s into +2 lights, and then just the hybrid elements, actually. But we'll see. Man, God, this class is brutal. Every card is good, every perk is good. How do you level up a red guard? You just can't make any mistakes. You're like, oh, just start throwing darts at darts boards, and they're just all bullseyes no matter what. All right, so let's cut the VOD here.